already kind of hear the white noise. Just give me one sec. Oh yeah, can you just check the stream?
Yeah.
Mm.
Let me pull up my Twitch app.
A lot of people are following, so there might just already be people here.
I was supposed to do work for Caboose tonight, but I had to tell them that After Dark is tonight.
Mm. Yeah, it's raining out pretty hard.
Okay. Optimal League.
If my mic is going crazy, no, like just say mic. Ah, mic.
Okay, so I'm honest now.
Should be working fine.
You're a little quieter than me.
Oh, it's probably because I'm really not speaking that loud, but I'll try to speak up.
I think you're just a lot quieter,
Oh, okay. All right.
or I'm a lot louder. I don't know. I think I'm a good volume though.
Actually, I usually put people super loud for me to hear. Like, I'm like deaf, you know. All right, I'm gonna turn up my mic then.
Blue Caboose, baby.
Is he in here?
No, but we can't talk about it. Blue Caboose because there's 4 viewers.
Okay. Blue Caboose is a
No,
beast,
no,
dude.
no, no.
What can I say?
Dude, Tony, my boy Tony. Hey, my name's Tony.
I would not be surprised if Blue Caboose was Italian.
Dude, Blue Caboose is our boy.
All right.
Can you share me on the Google link?
Oh yeah, yeah. Let me get that to you. Boom. Oh yeah, can you do those like arrows?
Arrows?
Yeah, like the one on the like the discussion doc. You have like a blue arrow. Oh, I'll just
That?
copy paste. Oh, okay, that one. Yeah, there we go.
You want the blue one or do you want the black one?
I think yeah, the blue one's really nice. I like the blue one.
Imagine if we could make it orange, then it'd be perfect for Optimal League.
True, true. Hey, ooh woo, blue caboose. All right, is reincarnation? What is reincarnation? Is he ready to go or
I just want to get an OL general.
reincarnation?
Wait,
Reincarnation.
he's literally eating her hair. Oh yeah, my girlfriend's awake this time, so you'll hear the cats and stuff.
Yeah. Be nice. Words to live by.
Oh yeah, no, because our kitty like literally attacked our other cat and like just had a big puff of our other cat's hair in his mouth.
Oh
Like,
shit, dude. Damn. Horseplay.
okay, so reincarnation should be in general. There he is.
Boom.
Hello.
Hello.
What's up?
How's it going, my dude?
Not too bad.
It's good. It's good. Okay. All right. I guess we can just start now. Actually, let me link it in the chat or the not chat. The
I think you either need to turn you two up or turn me down because I'm much louder than you guys on the stream.
Okay. All right. I might have to turn you down then. One sec. Okay, go
And
ahead.
honestly, I'm like at full volume for Twitch.
Okay.
And y'all are kind of quiet still.
Hmm. Alright, I'll turn up my volume, but if you guys hear white noise, just let me know. Or background noise, or whatever.
Can you talk, Reincarsonation?
Yeah, hello.
I'll use a good volume.
So,
Okay, you're a good volume. Yeah.
I think it's just my mic.
You figured we'd like knock out the volume issues before we started?
Yeah, probably.
they're edited afterwards.
It basically, I don't know, I have everything full.
Y'all see the new Twitch UI?
It's bad.
It's really bright.
Yeah, I just turned on the night mode. And it looks almost the same as normal.
There's a night mode. Let's see.
Yeah, you like click on your
Settings. Oh, dark
icon.
theme. Oh.
Yeah, dark theme, yeah.
Oh. Well, that's a lot nicer, honestly. I don't like white.
Okay. Alright. Let me know if that made a difference. I'm just gonna keep talking so you can get a sample when you look at the stream there. Bring this closer to my mouth too so I can... Maybe I can sound
Yeah, you're
better.
good volume.
Okay, alright. Alright, maybe we figure this out. Alright, Alright, people are already hopping in here. Alright, let me just announce this before we do anything.
Maybe we'll have more viewers because
We've been...
it's not at 11:30 Eastern time.
Yeah,
on
and it's no
Tuesday.
games being... Or yeah, nobody's done just
Yeah.
playing games and shit, you know?
Mm-hmm. A lot of times people just want to chill after. Alright, let me pull up schedule. Settings and playoffs.
I got some graphics for everybody, so don't worry. Alright.
Oh,
I'll give people
jeez.
like 30 seconds to after this ping to hop in here.
Drag this to that. Oh, I can't. It's pog. Oh yeah. That's
Brash David says PogChamp to Reincarsonati0n. Wait, shit, is that Brink? Yeah, it's me, dude. Yo. Tim, what's up, dude? Shout out to Tim.
Timmy.
Huge shout out.
Best.
C Money?
Civil
I'm pretty
jungler.
sure that's Civil.
No, that's my account.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Now Civil has just Civil. Okay. I think someone, I don't know who it is. I think it might be Murdoch who has like some weird name for a Twitch thing.
Nah, Murdoch's Murdoch.
Are you sure? Is it?
Yeah. Does everyone have their alcohol already?
Oh,
Except
yeah,
for
yeah,
Brink,
I'm
'cause
gone,
he doesn't
dude.
drink and he's pure.
No,
The pure boy.
dude, I'm gone, dude. I'm out of this.
Hold on, I gotta post a picture for Taco's birthday.
I downed the
Here,
whole
okay.
bottle of scotch. Okay?
The whole bottle.
The whole thing. The glass and all, dude.
Alright, I'm gonna
I'm
post
gonna pass
a
out from
picture
internal bleeding at some point.
of my beer in OL General Chat. And this is for Taco's B-Day. This
Oh.
is celebratory beer.
Taco, happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, Taco. Happy birthday, son.
See, that's why he hasn't been like around, you know? He's just too busy getting lit, you know? Having a good time.
Rumor has it that there's a Mrs. Taco
Oh,
coming
man.
into fruition.
Are we gonna add it to the
but-
drama section of the podcast or what?
Yeah, let's do it. I think we have
Pry into Taco's love life?
It's a pretty big rumor, you know?
to. Taco goes to college for like a day, you know? Like his
I
next
know.
year of college.
Dude,
and
he's
just,
a magnet, dude. What do you mean?
He's got Mrs. Taco.
Yo, man, this guy's just a stud, you know? What else can we say?
Like,
All
what
we
are
have
two
to
tacos
say is,
together? Like a combo? Like a...
Oh,
Like a
we
number
got
two
the
at Taco
combo? Yeah, combo platter or something?
Oh, dude, imagine if he was like a cheddar chalupa, though.
Facts. True.
Toasted
Wait.
cheddar chalupa, by the way. Taco Bell's new thing. Is
Man, it's a little too much, dude. I haven't seen a Taco Bell in like 2 years.
What the hell?
I'm
Is
not
Canada
kidding,
healthy?
dude. I haven't
You're
seen
right,
one,
you're
dude.
right.
I haven't seen one in that long.
Ooh, like Taco Bell's double decker tacos. Is that what tacos
Ooh.
what it is? Ooh. Gotta look that up. I haven't
Yeah.
been to Taco Bell either forever.
Yeah.
There's one like
I
10
might
minutes
have to
away.
make the trip now that Zach has recommended
I had Taco
the
Bell yesterday.
the chalupa, dude.
Oh.
I might have to make a stop over there.
The toasted cheddar chalupa.
Toasted cheddar chalupa. All right, I got it. I'm gonna get that, dude. And I'll give you my review. You know, I'll let you know
Okay,
how
yeah.
it tastes.
I want a rating on. This is 1 out of up to 5 stars. I need a rating on the taste, on the texture,
Okay.
on your
Your texture is actually a
expectations.
big deal. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, like that crunch.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it needs to have that crunch, or else it's like you already know it's like trash. Like just like that. All right. Okay. So I think I gave people enough time to pile in. This is Optimal League After Dark episode 5. I'm here with my boy Zach, and
What is up?
yeah, that's Zach, and our guest today. Our first guest is Reincarsonati0n. He's from the Wildfire Penguins. He's joining us, and yeah, say what's up to the people, dude.
Hello.
He has
Nice.
a really cute doggy as his picture.
I know. How cute is that pup?
That is my dog.
That's a cute dog.
Super cute. Yeah. So, Reincarnation. How was your week this week? I know you guys had a couple important games, but I just want to hear from your point of view. You can go ahead.
I'd say it's a good week. I mean, obviously we went 2-0. We secured first place, so it's pretty big. I was a little not upset, but a little sad that Ravens went boom because they're kind of trash talking, and we were looking forward to playing them with their full roster that they've been playing with. But yeah, it's a good week.
Nice,
Do
nice.
you wanna later dive into the? I don't know if you can explain why Ravens went boom, but do you wanna dive into that later?
Yeah, we can do that later.
Okay, all right. Okay, this is news to me, guys. I didn't know Ravens went boom. So
They played with 2 subs when we played them because Griffin left, their middle laner, and then I guess their second game they played their Gija, their top laner, actually was there. Maybe he had like a schedule conflict.
oh, so
For
they
the
didn't
first one,
they
but-
just lost the player. They didn't completely disperse.
No, I
Oh.
mean they lost their mid laner, so it kind of sucked like last week of regular season and like important matches for them to secure like us. I mean,
Oh,
I think
okay.
third, that's not bad, but
Okay.
yeah, just playing with the sub kind of sucks.
So we asked how your week was, but I want to talk about how are your past 2 weeks, because if you utilize the timeline on our big spreadsheet in the standings and timeline tab, it says Wildfire Penguins is in 6th place at 4-3, and this
Yeah.
is week 2. And then in week 6, you guys are in 1st place and you're 12-4. That means that at some point you went on like an 8-1 run to secure 1st place, which is kind of insane. So, do you want to go do you want to talk about more than just the last week? Did you all make
Yeah,
any changes? Did you practice more? Did
a
you?
little, I guess, like a little season recap. So I don't know if anyone followed Academy last season, which is an XD, but
I'm
uh,
sorry to cut you off. I'm gonna put the graph
Yeah.
here with the timeline so everybody can see. So
so
Yeah.
last season in Academy, me and my support Fat J, we know each other from real life, so we've been playing on teams for a long time together. And I met this guy at college who had his own like little esport brand that had like 300 members in CS:GO, this little community, right? And they wanted to expand into the league, so I created a league team for him. We played under his brand name and Academy until like halfway through Academy, where he like just quit his own org and it went to like shambles. And then we like tried to join this other org, and that lasted like a week, and then we found out that the owners were like very incompetent, and then we got an offer from Slim to join Wildfire, so we competed in playoffs under Wildfire in Academy. But that roster was like, we still were making changes like all throughout Academy. We had during the regular season we had 3 guys who don't play with us anymore. So from I guess starting this season OL, we had like our set roster with Seeker, me and Jungle, Daddy Simp, Golden Kappa, Fat J. It turns out Seeker was kind of a troll and not really like he didn't really want to improve. It felt like we did like bot reviews and stuff, and like when we scrimmed, we would make sure like point out everyone's mistake, right? And we would try to everyone will try to work on their mistake, and then like the next week, Secret would have the same problem that happened last week after we like Bob reviewed it, right? And if you go back to some of our games that we lost at the beginning of the season, you know, when we're 4-3, like their enemy top laner is like 14-2, and our top laner is like 1-8. And so we found a new top laner, and I mean, he's really good at the game, and he's able to like play in our like team and be able to improve if we do see anything that's mistakes. So I think that's why we went on the 8-1 run.
That
All right,
is
that's
that is
fine.
really awesome. I just want to update the graph here, and so I can spell it out for you guys. That's a steady climb, you know.
Yeah, it's like after week 2, we
Like
kicked Seeker, and then
you can just see it. Like I mean,
That's,
it doesn't lie, you know.
and not many people pay attention to that, but that does it's definitely satisfying to look at
It's so
for teams
satisfying.
that
Yeah.
do well. Yeah, I mean that's very satisfying. It's like down 3, like 6th place. Obviously, it's only week 2, and I know it's, like rankings can change because we have 4 games in a week sometimes, but like that's insane. Like 4-3 to 12-4. Like no one even noticed. I feel like no one talked about it.
yeah, everyone
That's
said
absurd.
we're trash. So
Oh, I mean, that was that was mainly powder, right? You know, like, but at the
yeah,
but at the same time, like, I mean, you guys crept up on people, you know, like, well, everybody was kind of like, all the attention was on Ravens, like,
Ravens
Yeah.
talked the most too.
yeah, they talked the most,
that's
and
true. That's true.
like literally all the attention. You guys flew under the radar. Maybe that helped you guys because, like, you don't really have to worry about like any other pressure other than just trying to get better week to week, you know. And sometimes
Yeah.
that like helps a lot, you know, like just like not having anybody really paying attention so that you can like ultimately you guys want to win a championship, right? So like
Yeah.
anything else is unnecessary. You don't really need it anyways, right? So this is like ultimately uh you know, no pun intended, but this was optimal the way he has progressed, you know?
All right. Hey, if y'all need an AD sub, championship under his belt.
Holla at your
Great
boy,
leadership
dude.
experience.
Basically.
Well, you know, the Golden Cap already sees our shot caller, so we might fall apart if he's not there.
Oh.
That's very true.
Awesome.
Maybe that's why it took y'all so long to get on, because like an ADC shot calling is very rare. So
Yeah, really rare.
Yeah, I don't know. He's a beast. He knows like so much about the game. He just does whatever the fuck he wants, and we listen and we win games. So it works.
it works.
You can't.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. All right.
I mean, like he's spoken like he's a broken man, dude. I'm not gonna lie. He's probably got yelled at way too many times.
Really? I don't know, dude.
Reincarsonation's like,
He
yeah.
can tell us any like if he like he can see like any map state, like game state, and it's like know who should go to what lane, what we should do with each lane, like
Mhm.
you know, freeze or hard push or slow push or whatever, and like we do that for like 3 minutes, and then we have a fucking like winning map state, and we just like get an objective or win a team fight, like just 3 minutes after that or something. Like he always knows what like how to improve.
He puts you in a position
our team.
to make positive plays. Is what you're saying, right?
Yeah, even like
Yeah.
if we're 10k behind or something, like he
Mhm.
could, like even if we don't win that game, like he would make all the right moves to put us like back, try to get back into that game.
I mean, it's good to hear. Like, I mean, like I like hearing that teams are playing, you know, more, you know, with their heads instead of like just trying to get a lead and then
Team
just
one.
ram it down, you know? Like,
Yeah.
So do you think? I mean, some people do know that like he's your shot caller. Like I heard it before, but I forgot. Um, like, do you think teams might now strategize to like focus on bottom lane and like get him behind because he has to focus on more than just like macro play? Because it's definitely harder to shot call when you're like like yourself behind.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like we know, like, I mean, if you watch any of our games, like, we've had a couple stream games, we normally play towards bot side because he is the shot caller. And I guess early in the season, like, our top, like, we didn't, like, trust him either, so, like, I wouldn't play up there. But I think either if he had a winning or a losing lane, like, he's fine just, you know, staying alive and just farming and still being able to shot call, like, even if he doesn't himself have the lead in the game.
And what kind of like what does he play, like utility champions? Does he play like hard carries?
He mostly plays hard carries, but he also like I mean, he played in one of the matches. He plays Cinder Bot, and he also plays a couple other champs, like little unconventional champs that he can pull out. So he's mostly like our top damage, top carry person.
Yeah, and it seems like you guys kind of like really hashed out like your like what you guys were like what you guys do in practice. It seems like you guys are translating it well in these games, you know, and
Yeah.
that's I mean that's ideal. That's good to hear,
And
honestly.
who do you guys play against? Let me take a little sneak peek here. You probably already know.
Yeah, we're just happy we we don't have
Oh
to play
yeah,
against Wyoming because
sure.
we always lose to them.
You know,
Yeah.
like
We're
that's
0-2 against them this season, and last season we played against them in the finals in Academy, and we lost 2-3 or 3-2, I
it's
guess.
kind of feels bad because like this quarterfinal team's Bubble Buddies and Fallen Crusaders. They're definitely like
We'll, we'll,
scary as fuck.
yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. We're gonna get to all the brackets, and we'll have like a kind of full discussion about that as well. But like, I kind of just want to get like more opinions on like just our method. Usually, is just go through the power rankings, how that reflected the standings
The
in the
actual
end.
rankings.
Yeah. So let's pull that out. One sec here. Where is
And
the
these like rankings, the screenshot is like before uh, the final week.
yeah? So the one okay. So the graphic I'm just pulling up now is what
I can
the
send it to you too.
yeah. I just pulled it up here. This is what the power rankings were going into the last week. And as you can see, the Penguins are number 3, but they ended. We all know where they ended. But like, I mean, Zach, I know you did these, and you had
A lot of
you had a
opinions.
lot
I
of
wrote
people.
almost all of them.
Yeah, you had a lot of opinions, and a lot of people helped you out. But what was
Well,
your ideas
yeah.
going into the weekend? Like, what kind of went into what went into your rankings?
So this is the first time that I literally had to write almost every single one. Aries did 3 of them or 4 of them, and I did the other 14.
Wow, that's a lot of work.
So yeah, well, it took a few hours.
Yeah.
So I think looking at the other power rankings, um, I think I have one of the more accurate ones. They didn't reflect like there like so my power rankings definitely don't match the results of the week. Like I had Bubble Buddies 1 and Penguin 6.
Okay.
But I will say that like it's kind of it's hard to judge teams based off how they're playing versus like how well I know they play. If that makes sense. Like
Okay.
every team has like a consistent like play style, and I've seen their highest highs. But like when they're temporarily like slacking,
Mhm.
it's like do I make them lower because I know it's a temporary slack, or do I just kind of keep them floating around the same spot
Like
because I
on
know like
paper versus the performance is what you're saying, right?
yeah yeah
Yeah.
like Fallen Crusaders like I put them at 3 even though they're playing like 7 or 8. Like I put them at 3 because I know they like practice all the time and they're like a team that's been together forever, and I know they have like potential to be 3
Also,
and they
if I'm
normally
at
are like a number 3,
yeah.
but like realistically they're playing like 7 or 8s. So and did I send you the screenshot? Okay, yeah, it shows where everyone ranked everyone. So this week I had like 10 different people rank everyone because this last week and I thought it'd be fun. But
Mhm.
yeah, I wrote every single one. So
Yeah, that's insane, dude. I
yeah,
did a pretty good dive into each one and like read through them, and honestly, like you guys go into a lot of detail with each team. So like, I don't know, people need to appreciate them more. They're done really well.
thank you.
Um,
But
also, yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
sorry, I was gonna. Okay, so um, yeah, so it's kind of like honestly what I wanted to do after we like whenever like I want to hear like Reincarsonation's opinion on them and stuff. But I also want to go over the preseason power rankings, like where everyone ranked them at the beginning of the season to like see how it like how
Oh,
accurately
let me pull
reflects.
that up. Okay, let me.
So
Okay.
no, I can send you a screenshot.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So it's all in one spreadsheet.
That'd be
Um,
great.
but yeah, like I want to go over that after I hear like you and Reincarsonation's opinion on the power rankings. So
Okay, I'll go since I feel like Reincarnation has spoke like quite a bit. He's probably tired. uh, like honestly, like it's hard to argue with the rankings that you kind of laid out there because I mean, Bubble Buddies on paper like just seem like they're gonna end number one, and then but at the same time we also had our like the rising Ravens. You know, but everybody thought like the Ravens were gonna come up and like it's highly possible for them to just take the number one spot from Bubble Buddies. Like nobody would like be too surprised if that happened. You know, but at the same time, like I felt like Bubble Buddies would probably just shape up, secure the spot, and move on. You know, but nobody thought the Penguins are gonna come for the number one spot. Like, you know, so like, uh, them being ranked sixth is probably like accurate going into the week based off of what we actually know about the teams. You know, so like I'm not saying that the Penguins overperformed, but um, I just feel like they were ranked sixth until they proved us they were number one. You know, and then like AK is probably ranked too high based on our podcast last week when we spoke with from Cosmic Insight Zix, right? Like he kind of just gave us the lowdown. Like, yeah, AK is not as you know amazing as everybody thinks they are. You know.
I think those people kind of have that vibe though. It's just like they perform, so like it's like, oh, we know AK's weaknesses, we know what they do. Like they're like such a transparent team, and everyone knows how it's like the games are gonna end up. But like, why don't they win? You know, it's kind of interesting because everyone's like, oh, AK, like they're not that good. Oh, we almost beat them. Oh, we almost did this. But it's like they're still number one.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true. I mean,
weren't people comparing them to Clutch, like when they did they just do like a 10-minute Herald play every game, or
all right.
that was
Alright, hold
that was the
was that just a meme? Was that just
the
a
that was in Bloom. That was in Bloom. That was in Bloom.
Oh, that was in Bloom.
No, I'm literally about to go off. Okay.
Okay.
So UK got that stuff from us, and if they said they didn't, they're fucking lying. Cause last season In Bloom did it 3 times in our games, and we got ahead in every single game except for one. And like basically we have a hard pushing bot lane, and AK doesn't do it as well as us because they don't pick the right matchups. You basically need a hard pushing bot lane with a really strong early game jungler. You take Dragon at 7.5 minutes or sooner. You just send your bot, you like push your bot lane with your jungler, recall your bot lane, put them top lanes in the ADC alone, and have the support and jungler do Ritual right at 10 minutes. And like, so you like run Karma Olaf or something. Well, that's what we ran because they're both meta. But and like it's super broken. Like sometimes you can get like a 4 or 5k gold sweep off of it.
Oh, yeah,
But that's just my
insane.
TED talk. So
Yeah.
Well, like I don't know, like if you look at Clutch, like if
Zach,
you're gonna compare
go
them,
kill
kinda,
me.
you know, 'cause it's the same play. Like Clutch just played what 5 best of 5s, and even though they played 6 best of 5s and they lost 2 of them, but like even after they played a couple of them, they swept the gauntlet. And, like even though the team saw like 15 of their games before, like they did the same thing every time, you know. It's just sometimes they maybe just either they're really good at it or the teams didn't like notice that they're doing this every single game.
That was not really the only thing though that for Clutch. Clutch,
yeah.
like
don't
Hooney
want
was
that
just
too much of
unstoppable.
that.
Like nobody could stop Hooney, you know. So like that
Yeah,
was.
but like
that was one thing.
Lyris just an Inter, like you still have to, you know, you still gotta do all that.
Well, I mean, yeah. Okay. All right. Fair enough. They offset a little bit. Yeah. CLG rip CLG.
yeah, CLG stands only on this podcast.
Yeah. Literally, this is the CLG podcast now.
Me and Brink are the only 2 CLG fans.
No,
I guess Trinity.
Yeah. Trinity.
Really?
We got Trinity. Too.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, they kind of sucked the past couple of years, so it's hard to get fans.
Well, they've performed a lot better.
This year, they're pretty good. With
I
a
think
season
they're kind of slowly on the come up, but yeah,
Yeah.
still suck dicks. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, I used to be like a 100T fan because that first roster was super dope, but then they just chipped the bed. So
you get Papa Smith, you know. So.
yeah, but their team still sucks unless he actually brings some good players.
But they have some cool apparel.
That's true. I have their hat, like their first hat.
That shit.
Yeah. Honestly, okay. So, on with the power rankings, like,
Yeah.
AKA, like you said, like they did like their performance. You just can't really knock, that they're just winning their games, and you know they have to prove us that they're not as good anymore, pretty much, right? Like they kind of have to prove us that they're not in the top 3 teams.
They need
Yeah,
to
I don't
prove they can win a best of 5, but it
I
sucks
think they-
because they're in semis. Like,
But I think that's actually if they play the same style every game, that actually could help them. Because if like let's say the other teams are worrying about like their immediate like teams that they play. You know, like the 3-4 in the quarterfinal, quarter qualifying there, and then like the next round. Like then you have to it's 3 weeks from now, or whatever. 2 weeks from now, you have to be like, oh, I'm playing 8K game. And like, what do they do again? Like I haven't seen them play in 2-3 weeks. You
They
know,
practice a lot too.
and yeah, they practice. If they practice a lot, and you're probably not. If you're on that side of the bracket, you're definitely not screaming them, and like
True.
just not that they only have what maybe like 2 or 3 stream games from the season you can like rewatch the VOD of. Like I don't know. I feel like they still could do the same thing they do, and just win it like win an easy best of 5.
Yeah, they just kind of bring you like make you play their game, and then they have more experience at that game, so they're just like, they're able to like correctly navigate that. They're like more, they have more experience in like the different situations that come up, and they have better knowledge of the matchup. So like, I I actually agree. You can just pull it out. Like you can just play that same strat over and over and over. Like
Yeah, they could just play it until they
I think
lose.
that's how you win, and like at our level too.
just be
Like-
really good at something. Like take
Yeah,
something and be really good at it.
And yeah, I don't want to take away from like Reincarsonation's talking time, but like in Bloom and like we tried to force all these different things in the finals, like and then we were down to 2, and then Razekin's like, wait, we like got this far by doing like mid jungle shit and having Havoc grow. Why are we like trying to force like different people on different champs?
Exactly.
And then we sweep. Like you just got to play what you're good at. Like, and if you're good enough at it, because of the level of play we're at, then you'll win. Like unless somehow the other team has like really good prep, or they know like the perfect counter and they can like adapt mid series. But
Yeah.
I just think like just like perfecting a play style is just like, and ideally like mid jungle at our levels, the best way to play the game.
Yeah, and like as I go on, like I don't really have too many issues with your rankings. Other than that, like I probably would have put Ravens ahead of Fallen, but because I feel like they kind of offset each other.
Yeah.
They
I
kind of
think,
offset, and I just feel like Ravens have like overall like more conditions to win than, well, not anymore because they don't have Griffin, right? But we'll talk about that. But
Yeah, I just before I go get my brownies, guys, I have to hear that because I made slutty brownies. But
Okay.
I thought about that and this isn't a sellout. Like I understand like my power rankings weren't very accurate, but like the top 5 and 6 were like kind of hard to rank.
yeah, it was tough. Yeah, it was. I
But
agree.
I still think to this day, even if Ravens ended up like 2-0ing, I would still put Fallen Crusaders above Ravens. Like no one just stands out on that team well enough,
Mm-hmm.
So that's just my personal opinion, but yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean
Let
that's
me get
fair.
some brownies.
Okay. Zach gets his brownies.
Should we go to the preseason power rankings?
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, yeah. Let me clip those real quick. While I do that, tell me about like how you felt when you like saw the rankings. And you guys saw yourself 6th. Like you guys probably were choked or like kind of confused. Like, wait, we've been doing well lately. Like, why are we ranked so low, right?
A little bit. I mean, it's definitely hard for the people who rank to like get very accurate results because one, like not every game is streamed, and like, do you really think they're like in depth looking at all the match histories and stuff? So it's kind of hard to actually know who's from an outside perspective who's actually gonna be the best team, and so like 6 is not bad. Like especially at the time, like we weren't playing very well at the beginning of the season, and like that's what we're kind of stuck really, like for a couple weeks because we lost Elon Gaming, or whatever it's pronounced, the first week, and people were just memeing us for that, and like just thought like we were like at their tier because of that. But I mean, obviously we showed them that we can at least play pretty well in best of 1, so hopefully we can translate that to best of 5.
Okay. I mean, okay, that's really important actually. That's the main goal, right? Like these best of 1s things are done now. Like now the whole game is different. Like it's just a whole new level. When you go to like best of 5s, it's just like really kind of throws out a lot of the things that you prepped for, because now you need like multi-level strategies.
Yeah,
Like,
if you're really good at best of ones, you should win the first game of the series. But you know, if you're just pulling out a cheese pick and you advance the next game and you lose, like you're kind of in a bad spot.
yeah, you're kind of just shaking it rough there, cause like, I mean, it really exposes teams, you know. Like in let me see this here. Let me pull this. Let's make this small. I'm just fixing up these little graphics here. Let me make this.
Okay, I'm temporarily back because my brownies aren't done and I'm really shit cooked.
Okay. So,
Also, it's we're gonna bring in Razekin once we're done with power rankings. So if we're done with that,
okay. Let me.
We were gonna go do through the preseason rankings.
Okay, so these are
Oh,
made like
crap.
this. Yeah. So, the preseason is on the left, and then the last one, the final, is on the right. So, I mean, there's certain things that we kind of can't really talk about other than like number one, obviously you gotta take off the list because issues there. AV actually, the rank number 2 is AV. That was
AV.
Bubble Buddies. You know, I forgot what their
Um,
name was though.
do you guys want to see like how we rank them, or do you want the totals? Like, do you want to see where people put Penguins? Because like, I had Penguins at 9th coming in, because I thought y'all were like one of the best academy teams, but like, some people put you guys at like 13, and like
Weren't
12.
there a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
of new teams this season in OL? Like, how
Yeah.
many returning teams were there?
Oh geez. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
There was
Weren't there
12.
technically 10?
There was 12.
Yeah.
There was 12. Yeah.
12
Returning
yeah.
teams?
Yeah.
Wait,
Mhm.
so how many of those returning teams are like bottom 6 in the actual actual standings?
Ooh, that's a good question. How many of them are bottom 6?
So
in the
G7 Dusk, Havoc's for Fun Team.
Oh yeah, that's like a little like.
So
asterisk.
okay, nobody else actually.
Oh, just okay. 'Cause I don't know, like when we
Returning
didn't, I
teams
don't
did
know-
better, yeah.
I don't really know if I watched the Premier League last season when I was playing in academy, but like we were pretty much stomping academy. We only lost to the teams. We were 4th place. We only lost to the one game to the 3 people above us, and then we like even beat the first seed in playoffs in the semifinals. It's like we didn't really know how much better Premier was, but it was like we were thinking it couldn't be that much better. You know, obviously they are better because we saw some of the rankings of the teams we played in academy, and they were like very bad. But so I was kind of surprised when when we were 11th.
I think
Yeah.
yeah, let me see who I put above you guys. I
Well,
think
you didn't
Mirage-
win. You didn't win the Academy playoffs though, right?
No, we lost in game 5 in finals, and our top laner who we kicked. Yeah, I'll look it up. It was a meme game. He went like 1-9. Rosero picked so the whole series, whoever had Mordekaiser won the game, right?
Mhm.
It was
Yeah,
like we just
sounds
kept
about right.
trading. We just kept trading Mordekaiser, like game 1, game 2, game 3, game 4, right? And then game 5, we're like, we gave that mem Mordekaiser like twice in a row. Like, okay, we're just gonna pick Mordekaiser. Like, fuck that. So we
Mhm.
picked Mordekaiser, and then Rosero, Wyoming's top laner, like Giga Smurfs on our top laner. He picks Olaf and just like kills him like 5 times in 10 minutes. And
Holy shit.
The game's just unwinnable like after 3 minutes because our top laner is Giga Inting. Like he bought Thornmail first on Mordekaiser.
Oh god.
That's how fucking bad it was.
Oh my god.
Yikes.
And that's who we were playing at the beginning of the season.
Yo, that sounds like a hostage situation. That you guys were like, you guys were like, fuck, we need to get the fuck out of here.
It was not, it's not a good time. But
Holy shit, dude.
we're here now.
Oh yeah, exactly. No flame, guys. I'm joking. You guys know I'm joking. But anyways, like honestly, that's a long way. Cause like when someone says like any team that played in Premier last season, if they say you didn't even win Academy Finals, there's no way you can be top 8. You know, like that's what people are thinking. But obviously they're wrong. But you can kind of see the thought process behind that. You know, cause it was a
Yeah.
huge stigma behind across like all of Academy. Like, oh, this league is actually all trash. Like, if you win it, it doesn't mean anything anyways. If you lose in the finals, it means you're even worse. You know. So,
Yeah.
but obviously that was you guys proved everybody wrong because now you're literally top of your conference. You know, the real Cinderella story over here. Um. Okay, let me pull up. Let's
I
get
think,
Razekin in here. Let's get Razekin.
Yeah. I was gonna say right before that, like in terms of like the academy premier difference, I think this season, like the average premier team wasn't as good as last season. If that makes sense. Like if you take the teams that transferred over from season 2 to season 3, like the play, I don't know, like other than Mirage, I don't think the teams are as good. And I would say like Bubble Buddies could have been, but I don't know when they're taking the game seriously or not.
True.
Yeah,
The level went down for sure.
our first game against them, I do not think they were playing very seriously.
Yeah, and like Cuddle Bunch was like ranked above you guys, and that's because like you had Tree Bro, you had Austin, you had a solid bot lane that did okay in like Academy. Dark Excel like kind of underperformed obviously, but like
Pada
it's
did
just
alright.
like player hype. I think player hype just like put other teams above you guys.
They didn't. Yeah, they didn't work together well. Like it's just I feel like the individual parts work, like they can find their way on a decent team. You know, like if you remove each player individually and put them on a different team, they can have success. You know, but like together as a 5-man unit, they just did not work. For whatever reason, they just were a bottom level team. You know.
Mhm.
And that's just the reality of things. Like sometimes, and like that kind of goes with like you hate to say it, but like it kind of evens things out. Like there's teams that like nobody expects like Penguins, and then there's teams that like there's people who think like teams like Cuddle Bunch will be at least a playoff team, you know, and they're a lot
Mhm.
worse than that, obviously.
What
So
I was really surprised at the beginning of the season is when Nighthawks were like 3-1 first week, and like I guess 5-3 not as that impressive, but like they were really high up, and I was like the other division must be trash because we smashed Nighthawks in the scrims. Like there's like if these guys are like beating all the teams in Lunar Conference, like these guys cannot be that good.
yeah,
Nighthawks like
Yeah, but then they
no flame. They didn't look very good. Like I see.
need to look
when
back
Hacks-
at who they play, but
Yeah, that was like something we accepted when we increased the league size, is that there'd probably be a pretty large difference between
Yeah.
like top teams and bottom teams, and we're hoping that shrinks.
they
In the coming
beat Fallen
seasons?
Crusaders the first week.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, like it is best at 1 too.
Yeah.
Great assault.
it was
So I
it was
think
built
teams
into
will
the
end up-
model. Like it was built into the model. Like we knew like the level will go down. It'll dilute the league. Just adding more teams, you know, it'll just get diluted. So like for better or worse, you know, you'd hope that it would be like more concentrated, like, but it just happened that like a lot of teams weren't really up to the level of some of the, just top heavy. So, um, let's move on because we're already at like 40 minutes, 45 almost. Let's
Yeah,
let's
and we can bring Razekin.
yeah,
in.
let's
I
bring
gotta
Razekin
get
in
my
here,
brownies
yeah.
up real this
Yeah.
time. So
all right. Okay, go get your brownies. All right, Razekin. All right,
Whoa. Secret channel.
secret channel, dude. We kidnapped Razekin. Razekin. It's Razekin, isn't it?
Did you
It's-
spell his name wrong on the
it's-
stream?
It's Razen.
Razenkin.
definitely-
Oh,
They
okay.
definitely spelled your name wrong on stream.
Did they? They missed the N. They put
Yeah,
Razekin.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, oh no.
It's actually
Forgive
shocking.
me. Forgive me.
Yo,
Okay, I'm fixing it.
Wait, what? Oh, he left?
Wait, no, he's supposed to stay.
Wait.
Maybe he.
really?
Got it. Let me bring him back. Okay, I brought you
Oh,
back.
I misclicked on accident.
Okay,
Oh my
no,
God.
okay.
Yo, I was gonna say, yo, what you mentioned from the first week, bro, we were hard trolling, like, in the first week. We really thought we wouldn't drop a game all season.
Wait, did we play you the first week, or
I think
what-
it was
what
the first
did we
week.
play
Yeah,
you?
we played week 1. We played week 1. The
Did
second,
you-
either the
Yeah.
second day, the second day or the first day. And we
You,
really thought like, all right, we're not gonna drop a single game. Like, we're not gonna practice. It doesn't matter. Blah blah blah. We lost to Asura in the first day, and I was like, oh wait a second, this seems actually kind of good. I was like, all right, sus. So then the next day I was like, all right, we got penguins. It's not gonna be a big deal because everyone put you like at 11. I was like,
Yeah.
they can be good, right?
Yeah.
So we walk in and we draft like dog, and then we're like, we lost. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, and we almost won that game too, and because we had like I think that was our 3rd game together ever.
Oh yeah,
Like,
you
we-
just
we-
added new players. Yeah, that's right.
We did not know how to play together well, so like we like get Baron and then like we like botch a dive like at your fucking inner tower, and then we just lost the game. And I was like,
Well, what I didn't understand was I'm Juicy drafted Zach, right?
yeah,
Because
yeah,
he's like
yeah.
one of my most played. You guys like first picked Zach on blue side.
He actually wanted
or
to
something.
No,
And-
it wasn't because it was taken away from you.
Okay.
He actually thought like Zach would be OP right there. I was like,
Then
okay, go.
he just like I felt like he just fed that game.
Honestly, not sure. We were really rough in the first week, and then
Yeah.
like obviously we won like the next like 8 or 9 straight or something like that, and then we lost to you again. I was actually, and we lost to you again because we like it was right when they nerfed like every single mid laner, right? So I was just sitting there thinking like, oh, they just nerfed every mid laner, right? So Azir is gonna be like OP again, right? I lock in Azir, and then I'm just like, this is the worst game I've played in my fucking life. I'm never playing this fucking champ again. Like we legit ran it down against your team because that was the Corky game, right? You guys played
Yeah.
Corky? Yeah,
Well,
I
like, nice-
ran it down.
I stole Baron, and then you guys like tried to
Oh
force
yes,
my-
you stole Baron, and then I eat over the wall. As
Yeah.
Azir. Yo, I'm gonna be honest. In the last couple weeks, I just been fucking playing Minecraft. Like, no fucking.
Are you on the
I-
server? Are you on
Hey.
Are you on the
I'm not
server?
I'm not on the server. I'm not on the server because I got fucking grief last time, so I just didn't even bother.
Oh
getting
man.
Like I had so much shit, and like someone like went. I had a secret base too, so far from everyone else.
And they still
Someone
found it.
Yeah, they still found it, stole all my shit. I was like, I'm not gonna fucking.
It's because they're using that X-ray shit.
Yeah, so I just
Like
played
a
on.
few chests.
I just played on my own. Like, but yeah, like so my mechanics, like the last couple weeks are dog. No disrespect though, you guys are actually pretty good. Like, no lie. Like, your late game is definitely pretty clean.
Actually,
When you guys picked Zach that first week, it just reminded me in a game in Academy. I played Zach like he was like before he changed the ult change. Like I thought he was a lot better back then. I would like play him every game because like no one in Academy knew how to like respect Zach ganks. And so our first playoff series, this team first picked Zach's against us, and I picked Jarvan, and I'm doing like a Jarvan like fast clear. I'm going red to blue, and I take red. I go to blue, and I EQ over the wall, and there's Zach fucking trying to steal my blue buff, level 2. And I just kill him, and I'm like, what is going on? Like you can't play Zach and invade a Jarvan.
oh no.
Yeah, that Zach game, pretty true. I don't think we've drafted Zach a single time since then. And the only 2 times we drafted Azir, I think we drafted it one more time besides you. But the 2 times we drafted Azir, we played against you both times and we lost both times.
It's cursed.
It's
Mm.
cursed, bro. I think it's I don't even know. We just like we just went from 2 styles like both times we played you, because the first time we played you, we played the slow scale up style. Then the next time we played you, like 3 weeks later, we played the exact same style, even though the entire time before that we weren't playing that style.
Oh, actually, that's a good segue to what I want to ask you, Razekin. It was like, how did the season go for you? Like, I know like we kind of wanted to get your recap of how your guys' season went from your perspective, and like and why are you the best mid in OL?
Oh, best in OL. That's true.
Is that a
I
fact?
honestly-
Is that a fact, or is that like
that's
is
a
it up in
big
the air?
fact. I think Boone and Trin, and like even though Akantos is banned, I thought Akantos was a really really good like mage player. Like he was
Mhm.
so good on the mages. I like respected him a lot. Also I played against Akantos back in the day when we were both like higher elo. We were both better.
Mm-hmm.
But Boone and Trin were the 2 people I respected the most. And then Trin is Gonzo.
Yeah.
Alright, I got a question for you.
But yeah, hold on.
So I'm gonna go down the list of current mid laners.
Okay.
You're gonna
Okay.
you're gonna rank them 1 through 10, and if you
Okay,
don't
okay.
know it, you can just say like an A. Alright,
Alright.
the number 1 is yourself.
Big factoid. Big factoid. Honestly, I want to say, alright, I'm gonna be honest right now. I want to say it's me right now, but I haven't
So you
been.
think you're a 10 out of 10?
I'm second honestly right now because I have not been playing the game enough.
Oh no, I want you to rank like you're like not like in order. I just like 1 out of 10 or like 1 to 10. Like
Oh, 1 to
Yeah.
10.
like,
Yeah.
like rank yourself like 10 being the best, 1 being the worst.
Oh, I'd go 8. I'd go 8 or 9.
I think you're playing at an 8, but you think you can hit a 10.
I could definitely hit a 10.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Epileptic Unicorn, Fallen Gaming Crusaders mid laner.
5. 4.
Papa Francesco, Wyoming's mid laner.
3. No, wait. You actually?
Woo! Yo!
5. Oh
my God,
This
you're
guy
wrong,
said
right?
3, yo!
Alright,
This
I'll
guy's-
give him 5 because he actually didn't lose lane that badly.
Alright, Daddy Sim.
Did you guys
Penguins
give him
mid laner.
Zilean?
Huh?
Did you give him Zilean?
I
That
don't
is
even
most
remember
funny.
what we I don't remember what we gave him. But the thing was, our Wyoming games both like the first time we played Wyoming ended in like 23 minutes. The second time we played them, they actually played us to like 27. Like they took us way longer than usual.
Yo, this guy said 3.
Alright, now this is the spicy part.
I'm
Penguins
dying.
mid laner, Daddy Sim.
Honestly, the only times I've seen him play are against us, and both times we played against them, like I was playing Azir, so like laning wasn't important.
Like, yeah, it wasn't
Wasn't
active.
even a factor. So like, and outside of that, like we lost. I'd give him a solid 7. Like he doesn't play bad.
Well, he's a
doesn't
mid laner for the
lane.
number 1 team in the group, so he has to be okay, right?
Yeah, no, he's fine. I think he's fine.
Okay.
He's a fine player.
Now we're kind of moving towards someone in Lunar. I don't know how, if you ever watched their games, but did you ever play against Nighthawk's mid laner, the keyboarder?
No, I've never played against him, so I have no idea who he is, and I don't think he's good anyway since he didn't make playoffs. No,
Alright, Boone.
9. Better than me. 9.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Alright,
players.
Azura's mid laner, even though they went Boom. Exiled, 5 Shaman.
I would have given him a 7 also.
Think he was okay?
He was okay. Like, okay, what I don't get is like Asura was probably like top 3, top 4, and then they just went Boom because like they're too busy to fucking play. So like
Do
they
you
didn't
think?
feel like
Do you think
playing.
he was like sketch because he's D1? He has a 58% win rate.
No, I don't think so because I played against him and it didn't feel like he was better. If you know what I mean.
7 in D1. But
No,
like
that's fine. I mean, like if I hadn't been spamming games since the start of the season, my account would look like that right now. I'd be like
Think so?
51. Yeah, like if you took my games from like maybe the last 3 months, I'd have maybe like 100 something games total.
Yeah.
So, like I don't know how much he plays.
Okay, so I'm not gonna ask you about any mid laners in Lunar because you probably, unless they're like in playoffs.
I know Gigabyte is pretty
Yeah, I
good.
was gonna ask you. He was next on this Gigabyte.
He's pretty good. I'd give him a solid. I think most people are 7. I think the people in our group's mid laners are worse.
What about Assorted Fruits though? Because he took over mid for a bit, and he was the one playing mid for Cosmic Insight when they were like on that 5 or 6 game streak, and he was like pogging off on Syndra. Like he
Yeah,
had
but
some
like
sexy
Syndra's
score
broken.
lines.
The same just broken. Like
All right,
Syndra's,
what about
Syndra's like the
Demon
best
39?
mid. Demon?
Denon 39? I don't know.
I actually don't know anything about them. Like I'm so surprised Rams like got in, but like once I watched one of their games, I was like, you know what, I could see this team being good.
Yeah, they're interesting. I mean,
Someone,
like when you
someone
have...
in chat said this mid laner on stream is doo-doo butter. Just to let you know.
Oh,
Oh
shit.
my god,
Def-
that's
definitely
my,
not your
that's my
teammate.
AD.
Definitely not your
Definitely not my
teammate.
teammate.
Not
Definitely
your
not my
That
teammate.
sounds like the
No,
AD
he-
player. That...
Hydra gets to call me doo-doo butter because I have been playing like dog in the last couple of weeks.
Zoomer doo-doo butter, dude.
Yeah, my last, don't look at my stats from week 5 and 6, bro. They're actually like,
Who's Ravens mid laner gonna be?
I have no idea, but their
Did you
old
think
mid
Griffin was
laner-
good?
Did I think their old mid laner was good?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, because so
Ooh, that's a hot take. Okay, go ahead. Okay, I want to hear this.
so hot take.
Take a shot.
That's a
Everyone.
hot
We
take.
got to play against them twice, right?
Mhm.
In the last week. So in the first game, I get hard counterpicked like Echo into Pantheon, because I have not played it off solo queue, so I barely know what Pantheon does. So he counterpicks it, and then we had a communication error where like I'm going for like the level 3 gank bot, and like basically what I was gonna do was like get bot lane kill on the support, base, TP back to lane, and then I'd have kill advantage, and he slow pushed wave, so I would have caught the whole wave. But it turns out the support had flash, so I burned flash, didn't get a kill, got my base canceled, and then when I TP back to lane, wave's already half gone, and then like my lane was over, like it was like fucking GG in mid lane. So that was just like a fucking dog game. And then the next game, they like picked Pantheon. They first picked Pantheon, thinking like he would shit on me again, as if like I didn't get fucked by the start of the last game. I lock in Rise, and then they like perma
They
gank
didn't
mid
ban
lane.
Rise against you?
They didn't ban Rise, no.
Have people been banning Rise against you this season?
Every game after that. No, I think most games we got Rise banned. Actually, I'm not sure. I played a lot of Rise this season, actually.
They should have learned from last season.
I don't even know. Like, I guess they like forgot or something. But yeah, Ravens like got the dicking down. Like, they should have gotten in the
Dicky
first.
down.
Yeah, but in that game, like I had like 2 or 3 man ganks mid lane, and they only got 1 kill on me, and then I popped off the rest of the game. Like, I don't respect that guy because he just didn't lane good, and then all he did was just like call for ganks from Elise, Nautilus, and like they only got 1 kill. So like I don't think he was that good. Maybe if he played something else, like something that actually like lanes, not like something that like. I think Pantheon is just kind of cheese, to be honest.
I agree. I think it's kind of like, I think he's a cooler champion now, and I think he has more skill expression. But I do agree he kind of still fits the same playstyle, and like Pantheon mid before his remake was kind of cheese, but it worked. He's still fairly one-dimensional.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess
Just more modern.
he was an okay player. I mean,
Okay,
disrespect.
so
Simp.
Brink.
Yeah, I gotta say Simp. He
Simp.
lanes pretty well.
Okay, I'm back.
Daddy Simp.
Alright,
lanes.
so I'm gonna move us to the next topic.
Yeah.
Even though Brink is back, but I was gonna do it anyways. The final standings breakdown. Do you guys think that the final standings are representative of every team's skill? And do you think, other than like obviously Havoc's front team, like that wouldn't count. Like, do you think these, like this is an accurate like final standings, or do you think like things should have ended differently?
So
If
the
it was like a best of 3 or something.
standings are on the left, and then the power rankings are on the right.
I'm looking at it right now. I think.
Let's
What
talk about
did
Solar.
you-
Let's
what
just go straight into Azura.
Let's just go straight Solar. Yeah, like Azura should not have been 5th. Like. period.
Also, yeah, I felt it sucked that we played as against 0 once because the other game was the FF.
Yeah.
One game we played against them was in the first 2 weeks when we still had our boom top laner, and they their top laner went 14-4 on Kled. Just to sum up that.
Oh,
game.
Shockpool.
Yeah.
Doesn't Shockpool roll?
Shockpool's Kled is. I'm pretty sure it's Shockpool, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Shockwell. Yeah.
Like
His Kled is nutty.
he
Nutty.
might
Kled.
be, yeah, I'm not discrediting his skill, but like also like our top laner just like
Yeah.
turbo
But he,
so,
but
like,
he's a
it
nutty. He's a nutty.
wasn't
Kled.
it wasn't a fun game like because we didn't actually get to play because like one was shred.
Actually, the game we lost against them, he also played Kled, and we got nutted on.
So and then like yeah, so that's kind of sucks because I don't know, they're like top for the standings for most of the season, right?
They were.
Yeah, they were top until we beat them, and then
Right.
they dropped to.
Alright,
I-
so Azura's lowest standing spot the entire season was
They went-
week
well,
5.
They went 1-3 that week.
Yeah, that was when they go. That's when they went boom.
Yeah, I think they FF like 1 or 2 games that week, maybe 1.
They FF'd against us.
Yeah, so basically, like, honestly,
They were a top 4 team until they went boom.
yeah, they went super boom. I like they're a busy team. Like they have players that are busy, so a lot because they're all in like college and shit. But I thought they were a good team, and like even though we beat them, like on the run back, we beat them on the run back like real like I think they lost in like that was their fastest game. They lost in like 21 minutes or something like that.
Damn, that's fast.
Like the run back was like not close. So once we had some practice, like I thought we were the best team. Aside from like I knew Penguins was good because like they had actually taken a game off of us. like, cause even though I think like we were like even if I think when we're trolling, most of the teams still can't beat us. And so like Penguins beating us was like we all thought like, all right, we lost 2 games this week. Maybe a couple teams aren't that bad. And then we saw Penguins not like at the top, and it was like maybe it was a fluke. And then we played Ravens, and we like beat Ravens at like Ravens was our longest game of the season that we won, like 29 minutes. So we were like, Penguins is probably no joke then. If the Ravens and Penguins are like actually one beat us and one took us like 30 minutes almost.
Okay, so do you think Wyoming is the team that's out of it if Azura plays out, or do you think Ravens or Penguins will be the team out of it? Because like Azura obviously lost the Lightning, but like maybe they rebound and beat Penguins, and that spices up everything in week 5. Like you never know.
I think that Penguins and Wyoming would have had to play a tiebreaker.
Mm-hmm.
For like the thing is, like Azura just FF like every game and went boom. So like I have no idea how they really would have ended. But if I had to put Azura in there, I would have said Penguins and Wyoming would have played a tiebreaker, and I probably would have called it for Penguins.
Mm-hmm. Okay, because I know like
I think Wyoming's good. Like they have like good players, but their early game not hot. Like if you drop an early game like they do, you lose games. Like real fast.
Like when it comes, I know you guys can only really speak on the Solar Conference, and it seems like the stable teams were the ones who like kind of ended up stayed at the top. But
yeah, like Penguins stayed at the top. They're really good.
Yeah,
good team.
Yeah, it kind of just like that's what it looks like to me in general. Like the bottom 3 teams, obviously they just seemed like they weren't competitive enough. Soba Lightning just I think they would have been able to compete if they had El Cantos. Ashura went boom, but until before they did, they actually were at the top, right?
Yeah.
So like
and they beat AK, didn't they?
Yeah, in the qualifier they did.
Like that shows you like Azura was a good fucking ass team.
They were good. They were really good. They beat.
They're really
I watched
good.
them beat Cuddle Bunch. Like I didn't play in the qualifier. It was Tree Bro, but like I watched them play and they just seemed like they knew they were good. They just
their jungler's really fucking good.
Yeah.
You could almost say they were smurfing.
All the puns.
They're definitely not smurfing when you lose in 21 minutes to Bubble Buddies. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just referring to
Do you guys think,
other leagues.
Smurfering.
do you think Lightning would have made playoffs in Lunar?
No.
No.
Oh, and Lunar?
Yeah, Lunar.
Oh,
Yes. If they had Alcantos, yes.
Hot take. Everyone take a shot.
100%. Like Alcantos is probably top 5. No lie.
Yeah, but like, look at the rest of their lineup. If they had X-Forge in the whole season, they
actually
made
played a
playoffs.
solo queue game against X-Forge, and he was fucking nutty player.
I mean, we played a whole fucking series against him in the championship last season.
oh shit, did we?
He was there. He was Bed's jungler.
Oh, he was nutty.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
He dicked on us the first 2 games.
Yes, he
Damn.
did, and then he did nothing the rest of the series.
Yeah,
So-
we actually played how we normally play.
Coin flip
Hey,
player?
juicy.
So coin flip player, I guess.
Coin flip?
Well, actually, I'm not gonna lie. Like, let's go to bed, right? That was their name.
Yes.
Their mid laner could
Brent.
only play a rumble.
Brent,
remember we
Brenticles.
talked about this. Brenticles. We talked about this in the finals. Like after
Yeah.
game 2, I was like, "Yo, just permaban rumble. We're gonna win every game." Because the first game, I don't even remember what he played, but he was not the reason they won. Second game, he gets rumble. We get dicked on, and then the rest of the series, we ban rumble, and we like perma win mid lane. Like not even close.
He's
Because
a
he's a
specialist.
4.6.
He's a well. I mean, the thing is about Brenticles, he's a specialist. Like he's sort of like you know how people call Dwinby like a specialist, but he kind of plays random shit, but he's really good at him. Like that's what Brenticles kind of he gives me that vibe where he has like 3 champions that he fucking knows everything about. You know?
Ziggs. That's
Or
what he played.
He knows Ziggs in and out. He knows Rumble in and out, and he knows Vladimir in and out. You know?
I don't think he knows Ziggs in and out.
Really? You
I
think
mean, he
so?
plays it a lot, but he wasn't that good on it.
I just think the rest of the roster.
Yeah, maybe he just like underperformed on it, but like I seen him
maybe
play.
underperformed for him,
Yeah, like but I've seen him like really do a good job on that. Like anytime he picks Ziggs, it really looks like he knows what he's doing.
It was annoying. He dragged those fucking games out. Like,
Yeah.
Zach, that last game was like 50 minutes now.
Yeah, because he's fucking playing Ziggs and presses
Yeah,
you the
that
entire
game
way.
was
Sometimes
fucking
it's like
disgusting to play.
Ziggs is not like he's not that popular because of like we all know he has huge weaknesses, you know. So
yeah,
like
yeah.
so like he plays it probably to the best of his ability, like like well enough as a low to mid
He
diamond
had
player.
some nutty satchel charges.
Yeah, he has some like
Yeah, he did. But
for a guy in like mid to low diamond, like he played it like as
Yeah.
best you can do, you know, like
yeah. But
It's kind of crazy how everyone adapted that series too. Like,
I know.
you get shit on 2-0 bot lane, you're like, oh, we play champions that are not interactive. And then, like, so then we force around mid lane, and then Principles is like, oh, I play champion that's not interactive.
hey, we got
AKA
our
Ziggs.
first we got a question.
Yeah.
Question from the chat, guys.
Who is this
All
guy?
right. Okay, let's get this question. I want to get it over to
He knows my name,
Okay.
so,
Oh, damn. All right,
I
Carson.
mean, it's
Fuck
in my
boy
name,
19.
Okay.
so.
Well, how do you feel after everyone
Yeah, how
doubted
do
you
you-
guys?
yeah.
And, yeah.
No disrespect, but how do you feel?
I felt. I mean, at the preseason rankings, you know, we were like, that's a joke. You know, we can't be that bad. And then we played and we like
Felt
had
the
our
same
ass
thing.
off, and it was like, okay, maybe you know, we probably need to practice a bit. Like I didn't feel that bad, even though I knew we weren't gonna stay. Like you know, when we were like 6th place. But you know, obviously people, you know, have the opinion to think we're bad because we were doing bad. But I think we did. I mean, we showed that we could play pretty well, and so yeah, we had a curse the first 2 weeks. We lost every game on Monday and won every game on Tuesday.
I'm gonna answer your question, Dark XL. Don't worry.
Yo, honestly, we also thought we were underrated in the power rankings. That's second.
A second, yeah.
Yeah, that we honestly, we scrimmed. This is old news, but we scrimmed G7 like a shit ton, and like, all of our games were super even till like 15 to 20 minute mark, and then but like
And then
Havoc,
Elvis got shit on by Steel City.
yeah, he would. Well, they would play like I'm not gonna disrespect, but they played the top lane style. Like that's just how they played it. It's fine.
Mhm.
But the problem I have in our scrims is that like Havoc is a fucking monster vision control on Baron. Like every game, 20 to 25 minutes, that Baron was almost impossible to grab vision on. We lost like we scrimmed them like 6 or 7 times. I want to say we lost like 5 scrims off of his Baron control. Because we could just not walk in. We couldn't walk in.
Damn.
So like Havoc
Okay.
was a big ass fucking reason Mirage was so fucking good last season. Or like until they got boom.
Yeah.
Havoc is a fucking good ass player. Not
Yeah.
if he had told me
time.
yeah, if he didn't tell me he was retiring, I would have had him on my team. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Havoc.
Retired. Yeah.
Yeah, but we
Uh,
thought we were underrated coming in at second under Mirage, because we thought we could still like beat them,
Mhm.
but it just didn't work out. Like, and then the meta shifted, and like we got really fucking good at what the meta was, and then like they hammered everything that was good.
I mean, second place underrated. Like, that means you have to think you're like undisputedly better than Mirage. And I think like
and honestly,
you guys can take games off them, but I don't think you're better. Like,
Yeah, I think our main problem against Mirage is that like I couldn't punish Trin. Like me and Trin would just go even in lane. Like no matter how it went. Like I killed Trin like solo kill a couple times. But, like it doesn't matter when I don't have enough pressure to like win my team the game off of that. So like I think Mirage just had it down. Like they just had everything down. They were great in every role basically.
Like
They were good.
I mean that's a good breakdown. Most of like I didn't really hear too much from like analysis on like Wyoming or like some of the other teams that are in
thought
Oh,
so.
solar.
yeah, I
Lunar
mean,
in Wyoming.
Wyoming, like I said, like their problem is their early game. Like when you lose games really fast, like the problem is early game. Like if you can't keep up, then you're gonna lose the game.
Mhm.
And like a lot of the times, like I think it's no surprise to most people that we play around our jungler
Mhm.
the most.
Yeah.
So like we draft around our jungler, we play around our jungler, and then
Might not want to give out all this information, dude. You're gonna play some teams, dude.
Man, if you have seen any of our games, if you watched any games last season, you'll know we play 1,000,000,000% around GC. And even if you know, like, unless you're good enough to stop us, like, it doesn't matter if you know.
Oh, fact. Oh, damn.
Like it's pretty obvious. Like
It's so obvious how we play.
I can even say that. Like
Yeah.
mid jungle is the most important thing at our elo. And if a team perfects playing around mid jungle, you better have something planned, or you're not going to beat them, unless your mid jungle is a lot better.
So there was like so personally I just think like Wyoming's early game is just not up to snuff. But once they get past that, they're a solid team because they have good vision. They have good Pomgo?
Podgo, dude.
Oh, Podgo. He's a good player. I've seen him. His team fight. He's not bad.
Yeah. Podgo.
Yeah. But yeah, like once they like if you can get them to like 25, maybe like 28 minutes without having too much of a deficit, I see them winning a lot of games, which is what they did. Ravens is like the complete opposite. Ravens is like, yo, if we don't win we're not winning in that 10 minutes, we're gonna lose the game.
True.
Penguins, I don't even know. Like off the 2 games we played against you guys, like I'm not sure what to think because the first game was troll, and then the second game we definitely did not have a good like read. You guys definitely play better than us, but like no disrespect, you guys play better than us.
5-game
I
winning
just
streak.
don't know like what your style is, because our games are the only games I saw of you guys. Like I don't think you guys got streamed like at all.
I mean, everything's lining up perfectly for Penguins, dude. I'm telling you.
If you guys stream like one other game, I think.
Yeah, you guys got streamed one time, and I was like, and I don't even think I caught it.
Oh, we got streamed twice, but they're against bad
streamed
teams.
against Soulbound Sins, which really game.
Yeah.
Those games barely even count. Come on.
Dude, I had the jungler Soulbound Sins on my friends list from the academy last season, and I think we played them, and then he got like moved to sub, and their mid laner moved to jungle, and I was messaging him like, what are they doing? You know, like you can't just like switch roles middle of season, like especially because the guy doesn't play it like in solo queue, right? And he's like, yeah, I don't know. He's like, he wasn't worried about it, right? And like 2 weeks later, they go like 0-8 or whatever, and then the mid laner moves back to mid, and moves back to jungle. I was just fucking laughing.
One thing I will say,
in Soulbound Sins, like their mid laner thought he's a better jungler than the jungle main.
What was I forget the jungler's name. What was it then?
Multi Rush.
Never mind.
Oh, Mullet Rush.
Yeah, Mullet Rush. Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Multi Rush.
I don't know, dude.
I thought it was the other guy.
Law owns the mid laner.
Hold on.
Yeah, people are getting nicknames here.
Can we talk about Soulbound Lightning real quick? Like, so I don't know if this is the Soulbound organization and like their allocation of players, but if like Lightning didn't do that dumbass shit where Quantic jungled, I think they could like be in playoff contention. Like if we're gonna be honest here, like, and we brought this up before, like what the fuck are they doing? Like why don't they just let players play their role? Like if X-Forge is playing from like week 1 or 2 on, like Lightning is a playoff like contender.
Wait, did he not play week 1? Or
no, he didn't play till like final week or like the final 2 weeks. I don't know. It's like, oh, you have like the champion.
X-Forge is a good fucking player.
Yeah, you have the second place fucking jungler who's like raw as shit, and he's on your bench. I mean, maybe he can't play the games, and maybe there's stuff you don't know about. But like,
true. Yep.
You gotta have some like. Why don't you just start a jungler instead of role swap your like decent support player who has like experience with Wyja? Like I don't know.
The thing is with like jungle is that like if you don't mesh with your teammates well, you don't want to fucking play the game. Like that's just it. Like if you like say Forrest had like issues with someone on the team, I don't know anything about it. I'm just gonna be honest, I don't know anything. But like if he had problems,
well, here's a sub.
Yeah, but if you have problems, nobody's gonna want to play. You're not gonna want to play with the team.
That makes sense.
Kind of like how Cuddle Bunch, like they had lots of problems, but Tribo's a really fucking good player. But like they just couldn't pull it together as a team. Like it's the same thing, but like they just boomed a little harder, you know?
Yeah, I hope I see Tribro on a different team next season. Like,
Yeah, on Lightning, I just don't think their top laner is very good either, so that kind of inhibits
Oh
their
yeah.
style.
hmm
But
I
So
think a
Silver
lot of top
Picante,
laners aren't.
yeah,
A
he's
lot
like
of
a
top laners
Nika
aren't
one trick or
great.
some shit.
I
Yeah,
like.
like I was playing top lane and I don't know how to play top lane, and I was like laning against him. I'm like, wait, this is like the top lane pool.
Yeah, like I think Shockpool, obviously Shockpool and Steel were like the best probably, and then close second, my boy, uh, Elvis. You know how it be, gang gang.
40. It's not 40. 40. It's 40.
40 Elvis. Whatever. Keppa Keppa.
So
Who
because
else?
Brink has to temporarily mute. I want to carry this on to, since I feel bad like not talking about the entire conference, but we're gonna not take a lot of time with this. Do you guys all agree that Elion, Sylvan, Sins, and Hawkeye were the three worst teams in Optimal League this season in terms of
yes.
skill?
Yeah.
Oh wait, the whole like all the teams are just our conference.
All the teams.
I think all
Do
the teams. I
you
think
legitimately think
Yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You think
Let's not
those three
let's
teams?
not joke reincarnation. Let's not joke
Yeah,
I
Carson.
am back.
Let's not joke.
yeah.
Okay, they're the worst team. Hawkeye, no disrespect, you guys just don't have high elo enough players. That's it.
Well, okay. What I
Soulbound,
don't
rest
understand,
in peace.
don't they have like a? They had one of their roster members was like some like D1 player, and he never played the
Nuez.
game. I don't-
Cause you don't want to play the game if you fucking.
Okay, he's a top lane main, but he's playing mid for this season. Like, what's he doing? Like,
played
It's
ADC
because you
in
don't
their- in their
want
only
to. You
win.
don't want to play like with. Like okay, so in my college, I was the only person who was good. After like 3 weeks scrimming, I did not want to keep playing because it was just like, oh wow, mid lane's winning, and then every lane around you is fucking losing, and it's
yeah,
like,
yeah, I agree. When I
you-
played in college, our team sucked, but
yeah, like
we didn't even practice. But
yeah, like we practiced enough, and we were still bad because like the rest of the team just wasn't good enough to practice.
yeah, we should have practiced. We had 2 Chinese exchange students who barely spoke English my senior year, and I played, and so like, and they were like kind of toxic too. But like,
Yeah, we had one, but he spoke really good English, so like,
Oh,
okay,
yeah,
we had to step up. We had to step
Okay,
up.
so we can agree that Hawkeye, like, you gotta admire the integrity though. It's like keep.
Oh
players
no, they
only
played
play for the-
every.
Oh, they played-
like, every
they played-
game
yeah.
almost. Like I have mad respect for Hawkeye.
and they had when we played against them the last week, they had so much fun. They drafted Yasuo brand bot and Malphite jungle and Zen mid, and they were just having fun, you know.
Gotta
Yeah,
respect
fuck
it.
it. Yeah, I respect it.
Yeah, I respect
Um,
it too.
A couple teams that were thrown out at FF.
I want to sorry to cut in here, but I kind of wanted to move on to like the lunar conference because like
Yeah,
I
no,
know
we can go.
Oh
to
no,
that.
no, yeah, I was
Yeah,
moving on
let's
to that
go.
break. So while you're muted,
yeah
Yeah.
as
So where do you guys
the-
want to start? At the
as
top?
the big brain I am,
yeah
I wanted to discuss the bottom half of Lunar and Solar to just give like this team some like, because no one ever talks about this.
Give them some love.
it's
yeah,
true.
give-
Like I
Yeah.
mean,
And
okay, I can
And I
I can tie in the question in the chat from Dark Excel, because I am not ignoring you. I'm telling- I was waiting to get to this conference so we can talk about you, but so I feel like as soon as the team sort of kind of fell apart, and they kind of recombined and like had Kitsune story mid lane, and then they had um, a new support like Derwick came in and Dark Excel top. They also kind of did like role swaps and stuff like that, which is like I might as well have some fun, right? Like if you're out of playoff contention. But like I mean, it's so weird because they all kind of did pretty good in those like random roles. Like it was actually pretty funny to see. Like obviously like Dark Excel like popped off with Xerath. Like he always talks about playing Xerath mid, and like he's like, let me just play Xerath.
God. God.
But he's pretty nuts on the champion
Yo, if
apparently.
you're a Xerath player, I have mad respect for you because I don't think I could fucking play that champ. That champ is.
It's tough, dude. Yeah, like
Tough.
it takes a lot of like I don't know. You have to be very careful, know your spacing, know your damage.
Yeah, no, I respect Xerath players a lot. I
Yeah.
still hate your fucking guts though. I should play Xerath.
Yeah, it's so annoying if you're good at like
I
if
don't
someone's
fucking-
good at
I don't
Xerath,
fucking play against that champ.
like somehow you can't kill him, but he's like one-shotting you. You know, like
Reincarnation, isn't it the worst feeling? Like you go to like gank mid against Xerath and like your mid laner gets stunned, gets chunked to like 20, and then like he backs off and he just ults your mid laner and he dies.
Yeah,
Is that-
I mean, I haven't played against many Zeros in like 5,
yo,
like
he shit on
5
having
scenario,
Dark
but
Excel. shit on
Yeah,
that
that
Pav
would
move,
suck.
by the way. You can look the match history and match reports.
Yeah, but
You
like
like get Pavi the dick.
Death is like one of the worst chances to play against ever. If you play against someone who's good, it's fucking,
just so uninteractive. Like, it's so annoying.
even if you're not good, it's still stupid to play against.
It's
But
even worse when you're not good.
Besides Zareth, like, we're talking about the teams, right?
Okay, yeah. So okay.
The Rams kind of like, I know there was a question in the chat, but yeah, the
Oh,
Rams
yeah.
like did go 0-2, but luckily they still got into playoffs because they
beat Nighthawks.
they beat Nighthawks.
And I think they're a better team than Nighthawks after
Yeah.
playing both of them.
So
Yeah.
I listened to one of the After Dark episodes when a guy on CSU was on.
Oh,
That was a funny ass.
Royal
episode.
Me.
That's a,
yeah.
Rome's
Yeah.
hilarious, dude.
and he
He's
said
cool
he said
player.
we we scrimmed them and we shit on them. I was gone that week, so I didn't scrim against them. So we had some jungler, but so like when I because we shit on Nighthawks too. So it's like when I hear that, it's like CSU is probably the same level as Nighthawks. But I guess they finished the same record, or similar records. So I don't know how to like judge how good those teams are in Lunar.
And it's the best of one too. Like,
Didn't they win the tiebreaker though? No.
Yeah, they
CSU
won.
won, yeah.
Yeah.
CSU.
So like they're the best team. I
Yeah,
always
yeah.
thought Nighthawks was probably the worst of the three teams from Wildfire.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that was
I
like a
agree.
fact. Yeah.
I thought
one night-
Ravens are better than you guys, but I really doubt that now.
There was
The
one-
Ravens is kind of boom now.
Yeah, there was one night that we scrimmed Nighthawks, and then Ravens scrimmed Nighthawks after us, and it was like we beat them like 20 minutes, and then like after that they lost in like 18 minutes to Ravens. It was like
They
were
just
so
haven't been together as long
defeated.
though, I thought. Like they just
I
haven't
mean,
been a team as long.
We're
as
the
Well,
Ham-
yeah,
so
didn't the Ravens only lose?
they're all new. We all did tryouts like a week or 2 weeks before LL. Yeah, Ravens. Apparently their mid laner just like was. They apparently what I heard was they lost a scrim and Griffin just left the team. Like the day
Damn.
before they played.
Was that the one who played? Wait, the day before they played us?
No, the last week 6, the day before we played them.
Oh, okay. So
Like
oh,
like Sunday or something, like just like 5 days ago.
Okay, so- Sorry to
the
interrupt you
week
guys.
they played us. So whoever their sub mid laner was that week.
I want to talk about.
Yeah, you
Air
played them
Force
too.
One.
Yeah,
we
that-
played them too.
When you
Yeah.
guys are
Yeah,
done with the
yeah.
conversation.
Yeah,
You
so
wanna
apparently
talk
like Griffin just decided to leave, and so yeah, they kind of went boom. But they were like shit talking us, like Powder and Griffin were like shit talking us the whole
honestly,
season pretty
yo,
much.
who is their
But-
Powder
Powder
was throwing shots, dude. He was throwing
Yeah.
shots.
Yo, Powder was throwing
Traveler,
shots
yeah.
at my team, and I was like, this guy is not good. We shit on them in 27 minutes.
It also sucked because the first time we played Ravens, it was the day with the super lag, was going on.
Oh yeah. And then they
So,
wouldn't
like-
fucking remake. When I heard that, I was like, this is bullshit. You're gonna tell me
Yeah.
from the same org are not gonna fucking remake?
Yeah, I don't know.
Fuck,
but-
fuck
Jokey.
all admins.
Because then you guys would have been fucking on it. You guys
We
would have been
beat
first
out.
over us, like.
Oh, we beat
without,
him.
like,
We beat him
2-0.
without the remake. I mean, I think we would have beat him with the remake too.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So
Their,
like,
their mid laner was lagging. But if we did same comp, like they picked Jarvan first pick or something, and I picked Nunu. I just picked Nunu, and I guess their mid laner was lagging, but like Powder wasn't lagging jungle. And every time he EQ'd into our team, I just snowballed him and like stopped his.
Powder is not a good jungler.
We just insta killed
Hot
him.
take.
So I don't
Is
think
he
that I don't
the-
think that game would have mattered if they weren't lagging.
is he still the one that plays for them right now?
Yeah, he just changed his name, but yeah, same guy.
Same guy. Hold on, I'm trying to look at it. 'Cause
It's like
all he-
jungle. I don't know. It's some weird.
Just
Dragon
change it to
IRL?
yeah, he just changed his name from that though to it's like he changed it to where is my jungle at?
All right, yeah, but yo, my man does not leave fucking mid lane sometimes. Like, it was a struggle to play against him in the fucking tiebreaker, because like I would point him out to my team. I'm like, oh yo, he's coming mid lane right now, and like 10 seconds later he'd be there, and I'm like, all right, congrats, you're here. Like, and
Okay, so guys, we really need to talk about Air Force because we're running out. Of
yeah,
time.
I was so sorry.
Okay, you guys see, is Air
We
Force
really-
good or
So
bad?
that's what I want to talk about.
Air
'cause, like,
Force is good.
we
they kinda
played
fogged
them.
out.
We played them in the showcase match, whatever, week 3.
Mhm.
The matches that don't matter, and they picked
The
Carthage
seeding,
jungle.
they actually mattered. Their
Dude, they're
seeding.
trolling.
I was playing. No, Carthage. I think Carthage is still good. I was playing Olaf. and I started Raptors, and I was gonna go red, Raptors red, Krugs. I do Raptors. I go to my red. I see red's like gone. I'm like, what the hell? I went in the bush, and there's Karthus taking my red buff, level 1. I'm level 2. I just kill him, and then
Wait,
keep
how
playing.
how does it take him so long to do red buff? What?
I don't. I killed Raptors before he
Well,
killed
all
red,
of those Raptors like
and I
ASAP.
killed him. Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
but like even.
but I was like very confused because he's playing fucking Karthus. You just don't want to interact with anyone until you're level 6.
Yeah.
Or you have really good gank setup. Like,
Yeah, I didn't watch that game. I cannot.
I don't know if they were just trolling because like the game didn't matter, you know. But like that was just my
That's
own
fucking
impression
hilarious.
of them, and it was just like,
That's
okay,
fucking
yeah.
Well, okay, so well,
I
WoW.
don't think they're a good team. If you can't make playoffs, you're not a good team. Except for Asura, who went boom.
But like they're
Hot
also like in Hawkeye like a circle like they can only have players or they don't have to, but they only want to play players from the Air Force Academy.
No,
So, like-
I
That's true,
respect it.
that's true.
Yeah, I respect
And
it.
Yeah.
honestly, like I think I've seen their match history on a few of their games, and I watched a few of their games, and like they could have been like there's probably 3 games where like if they didn't make a mistake like after their early game lead they could have won. Obviously that's like 3 games is a lot, but like I could see them being like an 8-18 or like possibly even a 9-17.
Oh, that's another thing. Actually, we made predictions on who was gonna make it into playoffs. For I think it didn't really matter for Solar because it played out the way I think it should have played out. But
Aside from Asura.
yeah, Lunar. I think a lot of people expected Wildfire Nighthawks to be in, but they ended up not being in there.
Yeah,
I mean, I thought they were better than Rams. So like, Boyami and his when he came on, kind of like convinced me like they were kind of sick, and I was like,
No one knew about Nighthawks though. Like what like we talked about it. I think we like predicted it Brink me and you did like 2 weeks ago. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I think it's gonna be CSU, and I don't know between like Nighthawks and
I
Cosmic
I
Insight,
called
but I
Cosmic
think-
Insight. I called that they're on
Yeah.
fire, dude. I was like, yo, they're on fire. They're not.
you
They
said
have to
they
make
were, I
playoffs.
remember listening. You said they were on fire. I still couldn't believe Cuddle Bunch like.
Boom.
I
Boom,
can't
dude.
believe Tree Bro didn't fucking carry that fucking team.
Dude, I got some things to say about Cuddle Bunch, but I don't think Brink's gonna snap back on that.
No,
but,
it's okay. It's fine. Yo,
Alright,
everybody,
okay,
anybody,
yeah,
and
alright.
everybody can talk their shit.
Alright,
Whatever.
fucking gloves off. Let's go.
And yeah.
Alright, Cuddle Bunch had an
Yeah, Tree
issue.
Bro's a fucking god.
Cuddle Bunch's issue was bringing in to sub. They brought in Pata. Now,
Who's
Pata's a
Pata?
good player, and Pata was better than their old top laner. But, as stated before, if your jungler does not get along or play well, or like enjoy playing with like the other players, then it's not going to work out well. And I think that goes from a new position. And like, there's just too many hard heads on that roster, and also Casey on the ints. But like their support is like a hard int, and they're like ADC just wants to farm and scale. But like just like the different personalities and the terrible mental, and like the hard-headed like viewpoints about gameplay, like was the reason Cuddle Bunch didn't do well. Like I think as a team they could have made playoffs, but like you know mental's important, and like point of view on the game is important. And if there's like no synergy or agreement, then your team won't do well. And I think Cuddle Bunch is like Exhibit A.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like it was just 5 players who did not have like they just didn't fit like their pieces to a puzzle that was like really just awkward. Like they couldn't work together it seems, and they all had different ideas on how to play the game.
Yeah, and it was like
Yeah.
the same thing with like White Lightning last season. Like
Oh yeah.
Alright, so Loki, but like Tree Bro and like Loki did not get along at all.
Oh yeah, Loki, yeah, like had a certain play style he wanted in Tree Bro.
Yeah,
wanted to do
yeah, yeah.
something else.
Like, but Tree,
Yeah.
because they like didn't get along, like their team just didn't like function as well as it should have. Like, cause they had solid players, but like just Loki and Tree Bro didn't get along. And Tree Bro's a stubborn. Like I know Tree Bro. Tree Bro's pretty stubborn, but he's a good fucking player.
But he's fucking good, so it's okay.
He's
if
fucking good, so it's okay. Like,
Yeah.
But yeah, like White Lightning was a good fucking team. They were probably the second best team last season.
Yeah,
Ooh,
that was
shout out right now, by the way.
Mhm.
Quick.
Shout out.
Okay, so this is only gonna be released on the podcast, and I'm not gonna tell anyone else about it. But unless they're listening, so they won't know unless one of y'all post it. But I'm going to release a tier list for every position, and then I'm going to release a season report card for every team.
Report card.
Oh,
And
man.
I'm gonna grade them. I'm gonna grade every team, and like write about them.
Oh,
And, like,
I am looking forward to that.
it'll have their like roster and like who played what and like their most played champions, and it's gonna have like a an
Ooh.
essay like report card.
Hey, ooh, essay. Ooh, part
So-
is looking
That is dope. That's dope, actually.
dope.
I'm
Are
looking
we
forward
And
to
I
that.
know
Top
I
four
told
in the
Reincarsonati0n about it. He's the only other person I told about it, which is kind of funny that he's on now. Actually, that's actually kind of funny because he
Actually-
offered to like help me with graphic design shit.
Are we talking top 4 in Lunar?
Yeah, so now
Yeah,
we're
let's
gonna
talk
move
it.
on to the top 4, I guess. Yeah, right?
I gotta be
Want
right
to?
back. Yeah.
Okay.
I know.
So
I
before
know
you get
nothing.
okay,
You know nothing, bro?
okay.
No, dude.
You
I
don't
didn't watch
scrim-
the
you don't
cat. I didn't
scrim-
watch.
You don't
No,
scrim
we just
across
scrim.
group?
You just scrim random ass teams from like this NA scrim server on
Oh
Discord.
shit! Oh, yo, I'm in that server too.
Yeah, I bet a lot of people are in that
Yo.
server, but
I kind of want to hear, like, I know you know most of the guys on AK or Razekin.
Yeah,
But-
I watched them play. I watched their semi, last season. So like
Mhm.
I knew enough about the team,
Like,
and I know they upgraded their bot lane.
and you know Fallen Gaming, right? Like, you know they're
Oh yeah. We're familiar with Fallen Game.
okay. So like, I want to hear your take on like the top 2, like, and how they kind of would stack up, like going, like, as the tournament goes on.
So, I think AKM has the edge on Fallen, but it's only because, like, mid difference. That's it. Like, I
Okay.
think everywhere else, and, like, maybe top lane too. But
Has
top
a lot
and
of
mid,
a lot of names. Dude.
what, top and mid?
That's like most of everything. Like, isn't that like the most important thing? If you have better solo lanes, you just win, right?
No way. Not with the meta
I would say
right
mid
now.
jungle is the most important.
I think, no, right now the meta, mid lane meta got fucked right now. Like, I'll be honest right now, like, mid lane, like, Riot just nerfed, like, every champ that was good mid lane.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, now you have fucking Galio popping up fucking mid lane. Like, you know how
Oh.
bad the mid lane meta has to be for Galio to be a good pick? For
Yeah.
Ari to be a good pick? Like, the mid lane meta
Yeah.
has to
Actually,
be
yeah, you're right.
fucked.
You're right. You're right. Actually.
Like, so bad. So
But
bad.
isn't Sasuke and like Juicy E-Boy on par with each other? Like, do you think?
Sasuke
Oh,
and
not Juicy.
E-Boy?
Sorry, not Juicy. Sasuke, who is from
And drops?
Fall. Yeah, and drops. Aren't they like on the same level?
Yeah. But I said only mid and top.
Okay.
I think jungle's even. Bot lane, like,
Would you give that to Fallen or no?
I wanna give it to Fallen because of Void, but like, I think you know what? Actually, Slayer I think is pretty good, but I think Void carries the lane.
Mm-hmm.
And then top lane and mid lane, like they lost their mid laner, but Unicorn's like not up to snuff against like Boone. Like it's not gonna go well.
Mm-hmm.
But like, but right now, like the meta is just like, all right, who's got the better jungler and Kenny can't bot lane more. It's basically like the meta where it was like 4-man bot every fucking game. No, like that, right? Carson,
Yeah.
have you seen that lately in solo queue? Because that's all I see in solo queue.
Yeah.
4-man bot. Whoever 4-man's bot more wins.
Yeah, that's actually how it works. I think. Yeah. You see that all the time. Like, it's been like that for a while now, I guess. But like,
I mean,
there's
like,
always
this
that chance
last
though.
Year, it's been only solos.
Mm-hmm.
And solo, it was like, all right, whatever solo lane gets ahead will like win the game, even if like their bot lane's losing. But now that they nerfed like every really strong solo laner, it's just I think the meta is just like, yo, who Fiesta bots more? Like who sends
Yeah.
5 people first?
Well, that would so that would kind of basically mean that the bot lane is even, and whoever's team, whoever solo lanes are better to like gank bot, or who are better at roaming bot.
Whatever, I think it's whatever
know?
jungler is better.
Whatever jungler's better. Okay.
I think and like I know their junglers are like even, but Sasuke like plays around bot lane really well.
Okay.
But the problem with like that matchup specifically is that their solos get like too outclassed. Like if their solos were like a little bit closer, I'd pull Crusaders over AK, because Void kind of nutty player I think. Like he gets pretty nutty when he gets going.
Yeah, cause honestly, it kind of just they're on the opposite side of the bracket, right?
Yeah. Wait, is it so like this thing? I was gonna ask, but like, this thing that says selection, like, does a team get to fucking pick who they play against?
Yeah,
On the playoff bracket?
yeah. The upper seed chooses.
So,
So
wait,
even
the
if
upper
Fallen
seed.
wins,
Oh, so
yeah.
so Bubble Buddies would get to pick, no? Like if for a quarter, because we have a higher regular
Lunar
season record
picks.
and
Lunar picks for quarterfinals and Solar picks for semifinals.
oh wow.
The top bracket chooses, so you do not get to choose. But I think you
Mm,
guys would be
wow.
comfortable against any team. So
I don't know. I think so.
Oh, so you.
Ravens.
Oh,
We're-
let me put the graphics up for the brackets actually. We're gonna
Yeah,
move on from the
Look at the
standings here.
playoffs, because we
Yeah.
we already know like Insight and Rams, like they're okay teams, but I don't think either of them beat Wyoming and Ravens.
Let me go with the. Let's start off. Okay, let's start off with the first round, right?
Yeah.
So the first
Carson's
round.
still here. I haven't had this man in 10 years.
Yeah. Carson, are you here?
Man's his dad.
Oh,
Ryan Carson,
yeah.
Reincarson.
Alright,
he's
so
dead,
let-
rest in
he
peace.
might be temporary AK.
Okay.
Yeah, temporarily AFK, but we'll just continue on here. So the first round actually is already interesting because, like, the Ravens are sort of boom, sort of not, and they're against CSU Rams, who's been a stable team throughout the whole season, right? And
Yeah.
they've been fighting. Like Rams they're a team that's trying. Like they're kind of sweating, you know. Like they're gonna, like they've been trying to like fight
They're
for
really
a playoff
going
spot.
for it.
Yeah, like they're going for it. They're fighting. They've been fighting for a playoff spot the whole season. So, the Ravens were doing really well and like we're up and up. But now they're like, how it's hard for us to evaluate how strong they're gonna come into this like this round of the playoffs.
Aren't they only replacing mid lane?
Yeah, but like who
Wait,
knows?
are you talking about Ravens?
Playoffs
Yeah.
are next
Yeah.
week, by the way. Holy shit.
I think.
Yeah.
It's Tuesday, yeah.
I think they could still be. I mean, I don't know. If they didn't go boom, I think they, you know, they would
They
easily.
wouldn't be in that
Wait,
position.
do you think it's
It
really
may be.
that? Do you think it's really that boom that they lose mid lane?
I think that's pretty
I
big.
mean, it's like your central point of the map, right? I guess I don't really know how they play that well, but
I
it seemed
mean,
like
with
their
their,
main jungle played a lot. Like.
I don't know how they
rotating.
played the rest of this, but like in the 2 games we played them with their sub mid laner, they only played around mid. So like maybe they don't want to play around the other lanes, but like honestly, I think Ravens is it's just an unlucky matchup for Rams. I think. Like I think it
yeah.
just would be even if Ravens are boom, I think like the other lanes can carry. No,
This is
Yeah, I think
dangerous
so.
for Ravens, though. I think it's really dangerous.
it
for
is
Ravens.
kind of dangerous. Like because Rams is gonna be like full 5 like the whole way through. No.
I think
Yeah.
they're. I think they're. I don't know. Ravens are doing tryouts tonight for a new mid laner, so I think they're
Oh,
winning.
tonight.
Yeah.
That's still 4 days, though. Unless the
4
mid
days.
lane's
I don't know. You know
mechanically
what?
raw.
It's dangerous, dude. like
It's
I
still,
don't know.
you still got 4 the same. I don't know.
But like, I mean, if you grab a mid, like the thing is with mid lane right now is like, I don't even know. Doesn't matter who you grab if you can just play Galio.
That's facts. Yeah, you just need to play
Ooh,
something
yeah, that's
stable,
like,
right?
That was like last year. That's like, it doesn't matter. Yeah, mid lane. Yeah, that's true. When there's like mid laners that are just like tanky utility players that like just farm and don't fight, mid laners kind of just like
There's
simplified.
yeah, it's really hard to see who's better, you know?
Yeah, I never
Like,
thought
yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
Like, there's no skill expression in the mid lane when Galio's in the
like
mid
when
lane.
it was Corki Azir, like I'm a good fucking Azir player. I'm not gonna say like Azir's easy to play, but like when you get into a game and like you're in Diamond, you could probably play Azir like where you're not gonna end the game. No.
Yeah.
It's same thing with Corki. Like if you play Corki, you're probably not gonna end the game. Like
Do you not
so-
think there's going to be a counter to Galio by then? Like,
I
you don't think
think-
the team's gonna find a counter to Galio?
I mean,
like
there are some already.
Let me
but-
consult
Yeah.
u.gg. Hold on.
oh, sponsor plug, hashtag ad.
I mean, if you
Alright.
mid laner like Jace, it's pretty fucking good against.
Annie has a.
Jason's going so bad though.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean,
39%.
if you're a really good Jace player, like.
Oh, you're talking to the guy with like 60% win rate Jace, so you know.
Honestly, there's like
we
a
look
lot
now.
of like some hard carry counter picks too. Like isn't the traditional one Cassiopeia? Like you can just like hard carry with her, right?
Pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
just-
Cassiopeia
pretty
is even better now. Because
Yeah, and you
Don't
can
need-
just
yeah,
pop
yeah,
the
yeah.
fuck off, right? Like it just if someone picks
I'm
in Galio,
surprised
and
we
you
haven't
just
seen Cassio that much, like, period. No, like, I'm really.
Wait, can we talk about how like Annie is in these like counter like for Galio at Diamond and Plat?
It's because she got buffed a lot, but I don't even think it
It's also
matters
'cause
for
Annie-
solo queue.
it's
Range
solo
head,
queue,
so-
yeah, it's solo.
No, what
queue.
Yeah,
about
solo
Echo
queue.
too?
Okay, Echo is a hog champ fucking.
Yeah, I
champ.
heard he's like gonna be meta for Worlds.
He's
His
insane in
jungle
jungle. He's
is
insane in the jungle.
He's insane
Echo's
in the jungle. We lost to actually no, I'm not gonna say, but we lost a scrim to someone playing Echo.
We lost
And-
to a team in OL, like an actual match, and they played Echo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Echo's.
Yeah, Wyoming,
Ooh,
yeah, I
that
think
brings
it's
me to
Wyoming.
another
But
point.
mid,
Yeah.
I think my mid lane Echo like has too many counters. But
Yeah, Galio. I think Galio counters Echo. No.
Galio probably counters Echo more.
Galio kind of
more-
counters all melee champs.
Yeah,
but-
yeah, yeah. He
Yeah,
counters
so
melee,
qualifies.
but like, there's like the way you could play against Galio is like if you lock in his ear and like you say,
Yeah.
all right, you're a bitch, you're gonna do nothing except move around, and this Azir is gonna get like 200 farm in like 19 minutes.
I mean,
Safe
there's,
lane
Their,
Yeah.
as long as your other lanes don't like feed
Run it
their-
down, yeah.
to Galio ganks too, like Galio worms, then you should be fine.
Like
Yeah.
there's answers to Galio, but the problem is that like the answers are all more like we're not gonna match you roaming.
You're gonna scale.
We're just gonna scale, and like the problem is that like if you start snowballing like bot side on Galio, and like say it's like 4v4 on bot side, and you lose the 4v4, it's like what do you even do? Like
well, you have
just get
other
doped.
options. You have options like ADTF. ADTF will come back, I think. Like,
I don't even think just AD. APTF is good too.
Or even
we whipped that
AP.
out
Yeah.
once.
I think that works a lot into Galio because you can follow him and you like are favoring them in like the 1v1. You know.
That's a good matchup, but like I don't think many people practice. And
Yeah,
I
TF's.
think
Oh yeah,
that's-
he's a specialist type of champion, I guess. you know?
specialist pitcher. Yeah. So, I mean, if we want to get to it, I think like the mid lane's not going to matter this much for the playoffs until like maybe the semis. Maybe probably in the quarters it'll matter. But I think
Yeah.
in these matches it's more going to be the junglers, like Insight's jungler and
Mhm.
Rams's jungler. Like if they pop the fuck off, I would, I
If
might.
I played 3,000 games in the last 8 months, I'd probably pop the fuck off too.
Well, I mean, okay, I'll give it to the Ravens. They have a jungler who has like a big voice, you know. So like, he can at least like
Or better
direct.
or worse.
Yeah, like he can at least like direct, or at least like control what mid lane does. And he can sort of be that person right now, in like the meta because the mid laner is basically just a utility player now. So, or you can be a utility player and still be highly effective, you know. So
for the Ravens CSU match,
yeah, so that's
they're like both shit talk and are annoying.
yeah,
Fun to listen to.
yeah. So I mean, I'm gonna
actually
predict.
A little worried for Wyoming, though.
I'm personally gonna predict the Ravens are gonna come out. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna predict the Ravens come out, but CSU Rams, like I would not be surprised if they win, like either. Like I definitely don't. I wouldn't surprise.
CSU has Fiken as their like leader, so I wouldn't be surprised if they lost.
Oh wait, Vikings on their team? I didn't know that.
On the
Apparently,
on the real,
Fiken's like their dude who like coaches them and like just kind of like runs the CSU stuff and like
Oh,
that's insider information and like oof, that's all I can say.
I think honestly, I actually am gonna call. Oh, this is fucking tough. I'm actually gonna give it to the Rams. I think.
okay. Hot take.
I don't know who is playing mid lane for Ravens at all.
Yeah, that's
But-
true. It's kind of
But,
hard
like,
to call this when we
it's
don't
hard
know
to
their
call right
roster.
there. But I think Denon is like a pretty good player. So like if they don't pick someone who can like match lane, because basically all they want to do is like I said, Ravens all want to go early game. So if you just stall out like the early game aggression, they don't play well after that. So I could see Rams taking it. Yeah.
I think Rams is ADC, so he's like a really good player, and he plays the same style as Death Holy. So I think like if they get the prio pick on whatever like the Sivir is of that meta or whatever, like
Yeah.
whatever like the safe scaling like wave clearing passive like ADC is of the meta, like if they get that pick, then I think like CSU can just win like that.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I just feel like
Ritual's also pretty fog.
yeah.
So.
honestly, I just feel like Ravens are just gonna find a mid laner who could just play the style that they want to play. He's gonna be serviceable, and then they're gonna play through bot lane and just win through bot lane. Like, that's just how I feel.
Is
Like I feel
Mitchell not the Fiddlesticks player?
He's the Wyoming jungler. But yeah, he plays
Right.
Fiddlesticks.
Yeah. So we banned. I'm surprised he ever got Fiddlesticks this season, and they won that game too. But
Yeah, they beat us when they had Fiddlesticks.
oh my God,
we
you guys
just
didn't
thought.
ban it?
Well, so we obviously wanted to ban it, but we kind of agreed to it's like maybe if we just like actually play smart and play around it, then we'd win. Like if we didn't feed early game, and we just fed early game, and then you know.
Carson, every team says like, yo, as long as you
She's
don't
so
feed early
funny.
game, we will win. Right? And then every time you int the early game, like you just run. Every team runs it down. Like if you ever say in draft like, yo, as long as you don't int early, we'll win.
That means
That's
you're
when
gonna
you-
in early.
That means you're gonna run it
Yeah,
down.
pretty much. But it also like it came to a state where like they were red side, so they had better kind of like because they were ahead, they had better Baron like control and vision, and we just I think I just kind of like I thought they were doing Baron, I kind of just ran into a unworded bush and just died, and then they just took Baron and ended the game. So I was just being bad, but yeah.
Yo, don't worry, guys. We scale. We scale, guys.
Scale. Yeah.
Okay, like I think okay. So right now it's 2 for the CSU and 2 for the Ravens. We're even, right?
I haven't really said, but I'm gonna go. Fuck it, I'm gonna do a hot take. I'm gonna say CSU.
All right, 50-50. The panel's
Because I still have the
50-50.
Ravens mid laner, and like maybe we can all change it up if we have
Carson,
to.
you're going for
Yeah.
Ravens?
Yeah, I'll go for Ravens.
He's a
you got to,
obligated
he's got
to, or
to, he's
Slim's
got
gonna
to.
whip his butt. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
Slim's gonna do anything.
Slim will literally just ream him out,
you
dude.
guys have power over Slim because you're their best team.
Slim,
So
your
then-
grip on the team is just slipping.
I'm
Honestly,
gonna join
it's-
Wildfire and do the Wildfire Rockin' Robins. That's what I want
But
to
it-
be.
it's
Rockin'
fucking
Robin.
It's
Yeah,
close to
Rocket
whether
Up.
I think it depends on who Ravens get for mid lane.
Okay.
I
but
agree. Though.
For right now, I don't know who's playing mid lane. I'll give it to the Rams.
I honestly, just for this round, I don't think you need a like a carry player, like, or somebody who's outstanding. You just need someone who can just do the job of just not inting and playing a utility
Yeah.
champion and help with the 4-man dive. That's it. That's literally all you have to do. And like,
So is
it's
it
not hard to
3-1?
find that sort of player, like, you know.
I think I'm
Are we
the only
going
one
3-1
to
Ravens?
Yeah.
And knowing,
Like, I'm
I
the
know a
only
lot of
CSU boy?
people. Well, sorry, I don't know a lot of people on the Ravens. I know D-Holy mainly, and D-Holy knows a lot of people, so he'll find a mid laner that's like good enough. And he's like, I feel like I'm confident in D-Holy's ability to evaluate a player's ability.
He's 5-head.
Yeah, I actually respect his
6'7",
way
bro.
of evaluating someone who's good enough to like perform the task that the team needs. So like, that's why I'm putting more faith in them, you know.
So are you going for Ravens?
Yeah, I choose the Ravens personally.
Okay. And who do you choose? Reincarsonati0n Ravens
Yeah, I choose Ravens.
and Razekin.
I'm going Rams.
He said Rams.
Okay, I'm gonna go Rams too. All right, so we're 2-2.
2-2. Okay, let's go on to
Okay.
the
Even.
next
Close,
game. Let's
close.
go on to the next game. Cosmic Insight, the Blazing, they're on fire, like literally just coming into
Wyoming. I
Yeah.
say Wyoming. There's no doubt.
and
Wow,
then
you
Wyoming
guys
fans
calling
since-
and then we got
I
Wyoming.
have them ranked 5th in the preseason, and I'm still a Wyoming fan. I don't give a shit. I'm a Wyoming boy.
Royal
I hear
Media.
Wyoming's a nice time. It's like pretty nice this time of year, you know?
Yeah, I'm not gonna back. Oh, dude, those orange leaves and shit. You can ride your horse out, look at the leaves. Take a shit in your outhouse. Yeah.
Go on the Old Town Road, you know?
That's
Yeah.
where Old Town Road is. Yeah.
You don't see.
That's where Old Town Road was filmed.
I know, honestly, it's beautiful out there, probably.
Yeah. No, honestly, for the beauty, I'm gonna call Wyoming. Nah, on the real though,
Yo, I don't know, man. This one's tough, dude.
Insight.
I'm gonna. You can keep going. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, Insight did beat like Crusaders and AK.
Yeah,
So,
they
like,
did,
that-
man.
That puts it hard as fuck to call who's
Yo, man.
who's like better.
Yeah,
This is
I'm
the
gonna-
best of one. You gotta remember that though.
Yeah, best of one, but like, if you're gonna say that argument, then like, we lost to Penguins twice and we lost to Ravens once. Like, where's your point stand?
Mm-hmm.
They're
Okay.
better teams than you.
Okay.
They're not though. You put them above. You put us above them.
Alright,
Beep boop, beep boop.
You put us above them. So how you gonna say best of one?
Because I know you guys, when you guys try your hardest, you guys are better players. I talked to Brink about this earlier. I was like torn in the power rankings between like, oh, do I like rank them by how they're playing, or do I rank them by like, I know how they like, you know, their ceiling,
On paper,
and I know them
yeah.
as a team. Like, I know you guys as a team are probably the best team in the Optimum League, but like, are you guys gonna troll? Like, you have Elvis as your top laner. Like, I never know when you're gonna troll, and like, you're probably like drunk or like, you know, running on like 0 hours of sleep in 3 days half the time.
Oh
so.
God, holy shit! I'm so sorry, but I had to tell this story. Or Zach, you could tell it. But like, what was it? Semifinals? I walked into like that.
Yeah, you didn't sleep for 2 nights or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I hadn't slept for 3 days when I played the semis.
Holy shit.
So
And that was the game that went. That was the best of 5 too.
that was the best of 5. That was the best. We played 2 best of 5s that season.
Mm-hmm.
So I have problems like sleeping sometimes, right? So like when I have important shit to do during the day and I know I'm not gonna be able to fall asleep, I just stay up all night and then I like
Excuse me.
keep going through it. So what happened was that the playoffs were on one day and then something came up the day before. So then I had to stay up all night 2 days in a row. And then it was like the semi. We had to play the semis. It went till like 2 a.m. I didn't go to work the next day. Like I was just fucking gonzo. Like I played that semi and didn't go to fucking work the next day. I was like, yo, I'm fucking sick. Fucking lied my ass off, but it was totally worth it. But yeah, the first 2 games, bro. I was fucking. We lost the first game though, right, Zach?
We were down 2-1 against White Lightning, and then
We were down 2-1, and then
Oh,
like
man.
I drank a
That's when Mordekaiser's meta.
hashtag ad. I drank a Red Bull. I walked in Cassidy and I said, "Fuck it, I'm going 1v5."
Holy.
Oh yeah, that's when he picked Hasid and we were down.
You got it
2-1,
ready.
right?
You need
Yeah,
it
yeah.
already, dude.
Yeah.
And we just threw in a side lane, and they just didn't do anything, and you just farmed a side
Oh,
lane
it's
for
because
like 15 minutes straight.
I'm gonna drop it right now. Kantos locked in Azir to like take it away from us, and they got blasted because like he was like, yo, he got nothing to play against Azir, and then I fucking lock in Cassidy, and he's like, fucking bullshit champ, like, he messaged me
Yo,
after, like,
That's an Akantos.
Kantos was
season.
like, you fucking cheese me, man, with the fucking Cassidy, and I'm like, nah, bro, watch this shit, boom, and then they just got clapped.
Oh,
And
man.
then obviously game 5 happened. I think Akanto was fucking tilted. Cause
Damn.
Yeah, they're tired. I know they're tired.
He didn't land a single skill shot on me the whole lane phase.
Woo.
That was the game where I went like 8-0 on Oriana, and like I just
Oh, we
Mental
almost had a
boom.
perfect game. Game 5 was
yeah,
almost a
I had
game.
like 20. I had 20 CS up on Akantos, and when Tribo would come to gank, he would miss, and I outplayed 2v1 like 3 times.
Yo, some people are just not built for game 5, you know? Like, that's what I'm saying.
I'm telling you, when I hit game 5, I'm a clutch fucking
Yeah,
player.
some people are
Zach's
built
gonna
for
fucking
game
tell you.
5, and some people are not built for game 5. That's how I feel, you know?
Yo, Zach's a clutch player. His game 5 was clean.
Dude, I literally just played Ezreal all like last 2 games, and then I
Me and-
like,
yo.
steal Elder Dragon, and I killed like who do I killed? I killed I think Brenticles, like the 2 ults my last 2 ults of the entire season.
Yeah. No, Brenticles ran it down. That
Oh, he did. He like
I mean-
did he almost get killed by you?
he
Yeah.
TP'd on a minion, and then like I
You
put my
almost killed him.
ball there, and then
Yeah.
I just fucking ulted them, and they like both got chunked to like half.
I mean,
Like,
this
Brenticles
is
ran it down.
this season. It's Reincarsonation's time to prove that he's built for game 5, man.
Oh, dude.
He lost the game 5 already in
built for
academy, dude.
Yeah.
So you're shaky.
Hey,
You're a little
let me
shaky.
just-
Five, bro.
let me just say, if you had the voice comps of our game versus Fellow Buddies when I stole Baron, I said I'm steering Baron in 3. I E over the wall and I
Oh.
take Baron, and we win the game. So
Oh,
all you
okay,
That's
okay,
fucking
respect.
nutty.
No, okay, all due respect. Okay, you
That's
made that play. That's a solid play. But yo,
doesn't
like
care.
it's a whole nother game when you get to the playoffs. You know?
yeah, I know.
like,
I know.
When you
So
when
game
I was just
5.
aiming.
Yeah, game 5. Like we're gonna find out. Like this is
It's
for
your
money
mental,
too.
dude.
Yeah,
it-
and this is
it's
for
hard
money
mental,
too. Like
'cause-
yeah.
yeah,
It's not like
'cause-
it's not too much. It's not like something to like scoff at. You guys get a decent chunk.
Yeah,
So,
I played a lot. I played a decent amount of best of 5s for like the collegiate series and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
same. But like, I think like our big strength as a best of 5 team, or as a series team, us.
That you've done it before, like.
Well, we've all done it before. I think only Poppy. I don't know how much I forget how much experience Poppy has in best of 5, but me, Juicy, Hydra, and 4, like we've all played best of 5s. Like,
Yeah.
and me and Juicy and Zach can attest to this. Like when me and Juicy play best of 5, we don't fucking kid.
Yeah, and
We play.
that's why I'll have faith in Bubble Boys because I seen them last season really go
We were
through
down.
like
We were.
it's not like
at point-
it wasn't a breeze.
Yeah.
It wasn't a breeze. You guys
Yeah,
didn't like
those
just
best
of
go
five
through the
games we were
playoffs like
down.
it was nothing. You guys had some
Only-
moments where you're down and you had to
Only our
overcome something, you know?
quarterfinals.
Yeah.
Only our quarterfinals was a blowout. We won like 3-0.
Yeah. So
But then
I
our
mean-
semis was like 5 games we're down 2-1, and then our finals was we're down 2-0. Fucking reverse sweep. Like
and that's why we
know
have
how to adapt. We know how to adapt.
yeah, and that's why we have these newer teams or the teams that are just coming into the season. And like I know Wyoming won academy, but
That's why I think they're gonna do well.
and
That's why I'm
it's,
picking
they
them
have the
over
same
Insight.
yeah, and they have the same team, but Cosmic Insight's on fire. So, but we don't know
Giving it to
how.
Wyoming.
Yeah, like we don't know how like how these teams are gonna. I don't know how they match up. Like honestly, they are both. This is by far the most interesting match for me. Like in my opinion, like it's gonna be fun to see who shows up, how they came prepared, like what they prepared, how they're gonna respond within like in between games, and like it's gonna be fun to watch, but it's gonna be close. I don't think it's gonna be like a 3-1 or even a 3-0. It's gonna be either way. It's gonna be I think it's gonna go to 5 games because I see both teams. Like I see potential for Wyoming to play down, and I also see potential for them to play up. And same way with Cosmic Insight. Like Cosmic Insight already proved that they can play up. Like they already beat Fallen Crusaders. They beat AK Gaming. You know, so like they have games where they lose. Like they play down to the competition and they end up losing somehow. But they
they're
also
so
have
good in best of fives.
yeah,
Like,
and they actually have like they have games where they prove that they can play up and play as like one of the best.
So who are you guys calling?
It's gonna be
Right,
tough,
right.
but I don't know. I'm gonna stay with Cosmic Insight, dude. Like I call that they're gonna stay on fire. They're still on fire, so like I choose momentum. I'm gonna go with momentum.
Razekin.
I'm gonna give it to Wyoming.
Oh, 3-1. Ooh.
Yeah,
nice.
I'm giving it to Wyoming. I'll do 3-1 as well.
So there's not gonna
Okay.
be an Ola after dark in
If we don't
between
talk
the
shit.
quarters and the
Oh.
quarter qualifier and the quarters, right?
Probably not, because they're a day after each other. I mean, like,
So
Brink,
I'm
what do
just
you
gonna
think?
put it out there that like I think who's the other team on the other side of the bracket? It's Crusaders, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So Crusaders, I think they'll if they had to pick a team. So like, all right. So
Oh,
let's
let me
go
pull up. Let
Wyoming.
me pull it up. I have that
Yeah,
graphic too.
So pull it up. So
Hold up. So
so like as our last topic we could talk about.
we have two more. We have. Oh, yeah, hold up.
Okay.
just
So
put it like
for
this.
me, if we're I know we were split on the call for like the quarters for Ravens and Rams, but let's go under the assumption that Rams win because they have like the better record and shit like that, right?
Okay.
Wait, Ravens.
Ravens have a better record than
Oh,
Rams.
Ravens, sorry, not Rams, my bad.
That's
I
a
actually
little
do that all
small,
the fucking time
yeah.
when we play. Like I'll say like I'll say yo he's going top lane and then I mean bot lane and then they're like, what did this guy just say? My team plays me so hard for that because I always like mix things up in my head because I'm a dumb player.
Would
But
you
yeah.
wait? Alright, so if Ravens, you don't get a pick, I guess, because you. Guys,
I don't get to pick apparently.
Who would you pick if
If I had to pick, because
Yeah.
I think Wyoming's gonna win, I'm 100% picking Wyoming. Because
yeah,
we haven't
'cause
lost to them.
play early game? Yeah.
Yeah, and that we play early and they don't, and like that's it.
Yeah.
And Ravens will fucking fight you to the death on the early. We have to play a different style against Ravens. Like if you watched our tiebreaker, yo, we just did nothing for 15 minutes, and then they didn't have a lead, and we went from like we were down like I think maybe 1k at like 18, 19 minutes, and then we ended the game like 10k gold lead 3 minutes later.
All right, who would
Like-
you have to if you had to pick out of the Rams and Insight? Who would you pick?
Like if they played each other.
Yeah, if
If
they
I-
if they both
if
won
they
the
both
their
won?
match.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Insight's a better team.
Yeah,
You picked the Rams. You picked the Rams. 'cause
I'd pick the
you-
Rams. Yeah, I'd pick
I actually
the Rams.
think Rams are the worst team coming into this playoffs, but I think they have a chance of winning just from the fact that Ravens doesn't have a set mid lane yet.
Do you think
I
it'd be
think-
that big of an upset if like they win?
I
I don't
think
know.
it's the biggest upset if the Ravens.
I
win the
think it
Rams.
would be the biggest upset, but I don't think it's like a big upset if that
You
makes
know,
sense.
aside
Yeah.
from like the semi, like if AK loses before finals, that's a massive upset.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah, I agree. I think if AK is not in finals, I think it's a pretty big upset. Unless
So-
they like lose to like
So are we assuming? Are we assuming if like, let's say Fallen, Crusaders, and Bubble Buddies win their quarterfinals, like that's probably the most likely outcome, right?
who would you pick?
Well, we get a pick, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
would you-
that's-
would
you
you
pick
pick us?
Crusaders?
would you pick us?
I
No,
don't
you
know,
pick
cause like our
Crusaders.
the games we played against you, like they weren't like we didn't smash you, like they were pretty close games.
So you'd pick Fallen?
I think I'd have to look at their games. Like I have a week to do that. I'd have to like.
Oh,
I definitely watch their matches, and like maybe look back at like their old games. But yeah, cause I don't think I've seen a single time they played. So, you know.
Yeah. Well, right now, what I'll say is that like Penguins are probably the best team in the playoffs. Like low key.
I disagree.
You don't. All right, don't say my team, bro.
I was
Don't
gonna say your team because I know.
Oh my god.
Okay, hold on.
Dude.
And this isn't even biased. Like I just have played with you guys, and I know y'all.
No, I know it's not bias. Wait, that is inherent bias. You just said you played
Wait.
with us.
Oh, first round's best of
Okay,
3, by the
hold
way.
on.
First round is best of 3.
Oh,
Just
it's
so,
best of
Oh,
three.
Best of three.
Whoa! When did this happen?
yeah,
When does this
I
happen?
just reread the rules and
What the fuck? Rule change? What the
Yeah.
fuck?
change.
I just
Hold on.
reread the
Can
rules
we get this
and
back to 5? Hold on.
yeah. So
Is that what they do in Korea?
So the
Yeah,
It's
they
a
do.
quarter
they do.
qualifier.
Oh shit!
It's
Oh,
co-
because it's the quarter qualifier. It's
Yeah.
not an actual like playoff
Yeah.
game. Oh shit!
Okay.
so it's
I
even
have to
more
go Ravens.
spicy.
I
Even
have
more
to go
spicy.
Ravens then. I have to go Ravens then. There's no way that CSU. I don't think CSU wins.
Oh my
if,
god!
If they have to,
it's a best of three.
I would have said if Ravens played CSU, I would have said CSU win like 3-2, like in a like 2-1. But
Okay.
because Ravens early game is fucking good.
Okay. All right. So that's okay. So people are gonna rethink. So I go Ravens. We had Razekin.
I'll go Ravens. I'll switch to Ravens if it's best of 3, and Wyoming. I still think Wyoming would win.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna say Ravens too, now
Mm-hmm.
because
Damn. Everybody's hot off.
I think-
Everybody's
I think
hopping off.
actually, who's the Ravens top laner again? Jija?
Gija.
I don't know, cause like, no, I'm gonna stay with Rams. I'm not gonna change my thing, cause like Ravens have a shit. No shit. Sorry, Ravens has a worse top laner than Rams. I think Ritual's a better top laner. He's probably the only good top lane I played against in Group B. Even though like I know teams kind of memed, but like Ravens or like Ritual is the only one that like I played against that was actually like I could tell he was a pretty good player. And I think the fact that Ravens mid laner will have synergy developed with Powder is kind of a big deal.
Yeah, it's probably kind of hard to get. Some
But if
Powder.
I think if Rams win, it's 2-1, and I think if Ravens win, it's 2-0.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah. But if Rams, I would have said Rams would win in 5. Like, I think Ravens mental is not good for 5.
I agree.
Yeah.
I feel like Powder
Actually,
has the
yes.
mental of like an 8-year-old potato. Like,
I think if they lose a game, they're mentally weak, right? Carson, you
That's always
played against
good.
them.
Yeah, I mean,
You don't have
They-
to shit talk them, but is the
I mean, just
mentally
the
weakest that it should be.
the one game I played, or 2 games we played against them. One was when they had their mid laner had the 500 ping, and the other one was when they had 2 subs. So it's like pretty like bad games.
Oh,
that we
okay.
played. But we did. I feel like every time we scrimmed them, I think if we scrimmed them like 4 games, then we won 3-1 4 games. So I
Yeah.
think they're still pretty good. Like they went 12-4.
I don't know.
They're
Like
still-
I don't know how the
all
rest of their
three of
team.
us
Their
Five,
mental,
but-
yeah, I think Powder mental might go boom if they lose. I guess it's not best of 5. I was gonna say if they lose 2 in best of 5 that he might go boom, but I feel like
I really don't
if they
think-
just lose 1.
I really
I
don't think they
there's
will.
two kind of players. Like there's the players, not to suck my dick or anything, but like there's players like me where you lose 2 games and then like you just come in like beast mode and you're like, all right, we're winning this shit. And then there's players like I guess Powder, who like walks in, loses 2 games, he's like, fuck this shit, I'm running it down at 15. Like I'm out of here.
But who knows though? Like that's the thing. Like we know how he acts, like in terms of like outer perspective.
It's
Out of game, yeah, out of game.
Nobody really knows how
I'm
he
just
plays
basing
with
it
his
out of
team
game.
though.
Like
You know?
I can see who he is out of game.
Yeah.
In game, he might be completely different. I might
Yeah,
be talking
he,
about my
like
ass.
it's like it's hard for me. Like I just can't. I don't see a way to criticize something we don't know. You know. So like
Yeah, no.
so in my opinion,
that's
like
why
It's jokes. It's jokes, but it's low key.
No,
Yeah.
no, we can criticize what we don't know because fuck it. All right. I think how someone acts in general is a good representation of their like. You can kind of get a good idea of their mental fortitude.
mhm.
Like if someone like doesn't get upset over like things that often and they don't take things too far, I think they have like a little better mental.
Yeah.
Like I think everyone in Bloom in playoffs when you're down 2-0 had like a pretty solid mental. Like we were all kind of talking after the game, and Razekin's like, all right guys, game 1, let's fucking go. We're gonna 3-0 these guys, and everyone's like, hell yeah, bitch. And,
yeah.
like,
Yeah. But like.
Yeah,
and like
that-
we were all kind of just like,
was
yeah,
your,
let's 3-0.
was your mental really there? Because when I said that, low key, I thought you were like, I'm fucking done with this shit.
No. Actually, if anything,
I think it
my
was
mental. No. Now was kind of Now's mental is kind of. He said he was tilted. I think my mental was more shot after game 1 just because I played really poorly, but I think it was actually like much higher after game 2. Because I don't know, I just like had more. I don't know, for some reason I had more confidence.
We
like, my
I
mental
think
was
we
a-
had the lead in game 2, but we just kind of threw it.
Yeah, we actually played okay in game 2. That's why.
I think going back to like CSU and Ravens, like if we think the Ravens are a better early game team, then we should assume they win game 1 because they have the better early game. And like you know, normally teams that
I agree
have a
with
really good early game, like they can win the first couple games, and then the other team like figures out like what they should do to minimize their losses or like find out how to like actually gain something in the early game. So if we're playing a best of 3, like if they win game 1, then I don't see them like booming if they lose game 2. Like they should just bounce back to win game 3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So okay. So based on the new info that we have, like knowing that it's best of 3, we're going with majority are going with Ravens, right? And I know.
3-1 Ravens, 3-1 Wyoming.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
yeah,
mean
okay,
2-1?
okay,
You mean
so-
2-1? You mean 2-1, right?
No,
No,
3-1
no,
like
like,
as in
votes, yeah,
three
the
of us
votes.
votes, yeah.
Yeah.
Us three
Oh.
say
Oh yeah.
3-1,
Okay. The votes. The votes. Okay.
And then on the other side, it's everyone says Wyoming except for you.
Yeah. I
And
got.
I think
Just remember who's called Cosmic Insight. All right. Okay.
Alright.
I think it's the only. I think the only 2-0 would be if Ravens won. I don't think any other like team will 2-0. I think it'd only be Ravens.
True.
Like if
It's
Insight
hard
wins
to
2-1,
it's
if
hard to
Wyoming wins
tell
2-1.
when we don't play the other conference
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard.
That's
so,
the fun part though, the speculations.
So
Yeah.
Carson, since you're not playing the quarters, like
Yeah.
if you're thinking that Ravens moves on and so does Wyoming, like who do you think first? Who do you think Crusaders picks out of those 2?
Are they gonna pick?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I don't know how Crusaders play, but if we're
Crusaders wouldn't pick Wyoming, I think.
I think they'd pick Ravens because you kind of have to treat them as a new team, right? Because they have a new
Yeah.
mid laner. Like a new mid laner can really change how you play, like at like all stages of the game. I feel like if you get a new top laner or something, like you can kind of leave him on an island or kind of like make like counter gank, not like force things top. And he like your rest of your team should be fine. But since mid lane's like obviously the middle of the lane and the middle of the map, like you kind of need to like at least get your mid laner ahead or your team could have a bad time. So I think they could pick Ravens.
Yeah,
I would
I agree.
honestly, I would think that they would pick the team that plays the worst around bot lane. Like whichever team plays worse around bot lane.
Does Crusaders have Bullet Angel? Or
Yeah, that Bullet
no,
Angel.
Crusaders are
Okay.
void.
I think
Yeah.
I think
See-
whoever
see, I-
performs on whoever shows that they
Oh,
play.
then I would definitely pick. They definitely pick Ravens, right? Because Wyoming has Pomgo.
Yeah.
That guy
Pogo.
plays more than
Pogo.
just,
Pogo.
That guy
Pogo.
plays more than just than ADCs.
Oh wow, are you gonna fucking leak?
Actually, he got
Oh.
that from Bullet Angel because Bullet Angel plays more than just ADCs. And I also think that's why they're not going to play each other because they're scrim partners.
Okay.
And, okay, they're not like scrim
I
partners,
didn't.
but
I didn't know
play
they
each other.
scream. I mean, okay, so that probably makes they don't pick him either. But
I don't think they're going to
Yeah,
play each other.
I don't
because of the fact that they've like Pomgo has taken picks from Bullet Angel, so like,
Oh,
and that's insider info. But, like,
yeah,
that's,
every
like,
time
yeah.
when we play Ravens, like we can just bully bot lane and win the game off it.
it's less of a risk to pick Ravens over Wyoming's way riskier in my opinion.
Yeah,
You know?
and they're. I don't know. I guess I don't know like how long they've been playing together, but you can assume they've probably been playing together for like at least a year. You know,
Yeah.
or like most of them, because they're at they
Yeah.
all go to the same college. So like, it's got to be better at like comms and mental and shit like that.
Yeah.
I think Bubble Buddies beats Wyoming because Fallen Crusaders won't take Wyoming if they win, but that hurt.
Yeah,
I mean, like I'm a big Wyoming fan, but like,
I think
I
Bubble
want them
Buddies
to
won
go
too.
far.
I mean,
Yeah.
But I think
like,
Bubble Buddies win.
it's hard. Like, no disrespect to Wyoming, but it's just hard to call them over us because we
Beat 'em
2-0'd them
twice,
during the
yeah.
season. We beat them twice, and the games weren't close. So
Yeah, I think they're kind of doomed if they go against Bubble Buddies. Like they're just doomed. I think.
yeah.
I think Bubble Buddies, like, this one's like kind of like unlucky, you know, for
But, okay,
the
but
qualifier teams are unlucky. Like they are because Fallen is worse than Bubble Buddies by a decent margin, right?
I think Bubble Buddies would beat Fallen Crusaders because Hydra's a very like, I think it's a very good laning ADC,
Yeah.
and I don't think Fallen Crusaders does well when they play against a bot lane that like can out like aggro them.
Yeah, like I'm just saying, like Bubble Buddies are better than Fallen, but Fallen gets to choose. So like the better team, which is probably Wyoming, isn't gonna is gonna have to play the team that they shouldn't have to play. You know?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
So
before
it's unlucky for them, really bad actually.
before we like keep talking about Bubble Buddies versus Wyoming, like heads up, like we're playing 3/5 our roster. We're not playing our full five.
No,
Oh.
no juicy.
No GC, no Hydra.
Oh, that's a big
Sounds like
factor.
you need that can play Ezreal while you carry the rest.
That's
of
actually a
the
big factor. Is that just for that week?
Just
or-
for the quarters, because it's so. This is where we actually should have taken our regular a little bit more seriously. If we had just beaten Penguins in our rematch, we would have been locked first seed, and we were going off the basis that we were just gonna be in semis automatically.
Oh
Because,
no, that backfired on you
so-
guys big time.
but like the Hydra not being able to be there was like just came up super recently. Like no one saw it coming. Hydra didn't even see it fucking coming.
Mm-hmm.
So that sucks. We knew Juicy wouldn't be there if it was Tuesday, so that's why we wanted to get the first seed. So if we had just beat Penguins in the week before, or if we had beat Ravens the first game, we would have locked first, but we didn't. So I mean, like now we just have to play without either of them, which sucks.
Didn't your didn't your other guy like your other support jungler come in one game and went like 15-1 or some shit?
Ninja?
Yeah, I saw.
No,
I
Ninja-
saw that and I
Ninja's-
was like, what the hell?
Ninja's a nutty player. Like,
Low key, no one fucking ban Silence. This man will demolish your asshole on Silence.
like if you don't ban Silas, you're getting fucking clapped by Ninja. Man is nutty Silas player.
Okay.
But like the thing is, like I'm not gonna. So because Hydra and Juicy aren't there, I'm gonna be like playing the game again.
Okay.
So I'm actually gonna. So like today, I like went hard mode in solo queue. So I started playing better like instantly once I decided
Puts-
to like
Put some time in.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like I'm probably gonna play like 20-30 games before our fucking quarterfinal.
Okay.
That's how it's gonna go. Like, so I'm just gonna fucking get back in form and we'll see how it goes.
So
Like,
that's like a still wait and see. Like honestly, if it does shake out to being Wyoming versus like a kind of a wounded Bubble Buddies sort of, right? Like you guys won't
Yeah.
have your full roster, then that kind of evens things a little bit. Like it kind of levels things out a little bit, and it'll be interesting to see. Like it's definitely a factor, you know. But we still kind of expect
yeah. So
Bubble Buddies to like kind of pull out ahead, but I think it just makes it that much more interesting, and the variance just went up, you know.
yeah. So like we could get upset, like, but honestly, I think I think we can still win.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say we're gonna lose. Like
The
I don't think
variance
we're
just
gonna
up.
lose, but there's a bigger chance because we don't have our 5.
Mhm. Yeah.
And we recently started scrimming. We recently started practicing, and our practice is pretty good so far. Like not to suck our own dick or anything, but we didn't practice all.
Yeah, and
I
I'm
mean, Emblem
gonna.
didn't scram, so.
Hey man, that's not my fault. That's your fault.
Hey, no, but like, I didn't want to. Anyways, so like, in the one game
Okay,
we did scrim, I'm pretty sure like we didn't have half our roster, so.
okay. I'm gonna
Yeah.
kind
Oh.
of. I'm gonna try to get. I'm gonna try to move on to like the next part of the bracket. Like so I'm gonna put this out there. So if we are expecting, okay, let's say like we all sort of agree that Fallen is gonna get past their quarterfinal, no matter who they choose, right? Like
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
we
yeah,
all
yeah.
kind of
Sorry, repeat that.
like we all feel like Fallen Gaming Crusaders are gonna pull out in the quarterfinal. Like whoever they choose, they should be winning that series, though, right?
Yes,
I
I
mean,
think no
I
matter
think they
who they
could.
choose, they'll win.
I think it
Okay.
matters who Ravens mid laner is, but I think Ravens has like 40% chance to upset.
Okay.
Like,
So okay.
60-40 for uh the Crusaders.
Okay, so if we're going with Crusaders and Bubble Buddies getting past the quarterfinals, what do you think happens in this bracket? Like the
Well, we
Penguins
got
get to
Carson
choose.
here. Carson gets the fucking pick.
Yeah,
yo.
so if you have the choice between a Bubble Buddies who's gonna probably have their full roster by the time they come to the semifinals, right?
Yeah.
We'll have our.
Yeah, they'll have the full team, and then you'll have like a full Fallen Gaming Crusaders roster to choose from. Like, who would you choose? Like obviously probably don't want to go too far into your analysis because you guys would probably want to keep some things and not like leak everything, you know. But what do you think would what do you think off the top of your head with you know?
Yeah. Well, right now I see it in two ways. Like, one, we could pick Bubble Buddies just because we've played against them twice, and like even though we didn't smash them, like they're close games. Like at least we know we've had experience playing them, so we might feel more comfortable playing them again. And then I think I'd have to wait until I actually watch a Fallen Crusader game because
Mhm.
I don't think I've watched a single one, so it's hard to like tell um, how they play. But everyone's, I mean, you guys all predicted like Bubble Buddies to be first or second like throughout majority of the season, so it'd probably be better to take the team that's not ranked as high
Mhm.
in Fallen Crusaders.
And that would
So,
be one hell of a series, honestly.
So AK versus Bubble Buddies and Crusaders versus Penguins. That's nutty.
I
I
actually
know.
think semifinals is more hype this season because last
Yeah.
season. So I know like bad shit on AK and like no one expected it, but like I I don't know like because bed wasn't hyped. Only bed like believed in bed. Like some people are like, oh yeah, like let's go to bed as a pretty fucking solid team, but no
Mhm.
one's like, oh my god, they're so good. Um,
Well, I think
Yeah, like-
AK's bot lane is just better this season. So like,
yeah, that's true. And Pro was like probably one of the best ADCs, if not the best
Pro
ADC in season
was
3.
the best ADC.
Yeah, Pro was the best ADC. He just gave
Besides
me.
that,
Yeah, he gave me the dick, but then I'm like, ha, Ezreal, bitch. And like, he couldn't even out-attack me.
I'm not gonna joke. I'm so sad Pro's not playing because that man was like
He was so good.
so fucking good.
He was really
This
good.
man,
Yeah.
this man's Vayne and Lucian made me fucking cry when we played against it. Made me actually cry in those first two games.
Oh yeah.
Those
He's-
first two games are fucking. I was like, ooh. My
It was
mental
him and
broke.
Gusano, right?
Yeah, Gusano's pretty good too.
Gusano's nasty too. Yeah.
He's
Bro,
definitely
nah,
solid.
it was just
He was
Pro.
the better
Pro was
Fnatic, but-
Pro was nutty player.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically what we're saying is we're gonna see the Penguins and in this hypothetical, it's gonna be the
Crusaders.
Penguins and the Crusaders, and honestly, from like that's really close, man. Like honestly, like it's the Fallen Gaming has a lot of clout. Like they have a lot of clout, like in terms of how like people rate them pretty high, and
Wow.
and Penguins are just gonna have to. I feel like the Penguins, for some reason, people are not gonna respect them in the semifinals. I don't know why. Like I just have a feeling that they just still won't get the respect, and like Crusaders are just gonna be favored. But I'm always gonna give it to the higher seed team because I feel like the Penguins are just like on such a run, and they'll be able to download like Fallen Gaming. Like once they see them play, they'll have material to work off of, you know, and like the Crusaders won't have much recent material from Penguins, which there's a lot of patches that have been happening. Like until they play,
Well-
there's gonna be
I
some
mean-
patches, you know. So like,
There's
It's
gonna be one. Wait, is there even gonna be a patch before? I think the finals is the only one that's not on the patch.
Yeah,
Oh,
but-
yeah, probably.
The,
Wait,
the
yeah.
finals is on new patch, but the semis and the quarters and everything is gonna be on the same.
Do
yeah,
they,
yeah, but like
will
there's
they
gonna
release a
be.
patch? They do
yeah.
release patch mid world, right?
I think so, but I know.
I feel like they might
World's
delay
patches,
it for
no.
like people to. Oh, yeah, but they
I
release
actually
another
don't
patch
No,
for
no,
like
no.
solo
Pat-
queue. No.
919 is the world's patch, and then
Yeah, but they release
220
another one that doesn't get played on worlds, just like for solo.
920.
Yeah,
I don't
but,
think
like,
920 has
but
big changes.
920
going
comes out on schedule.
Queue. Okay.
I don't think
Yeah,
it's gonna
but
matter.
like hear me out.
920
Hear me
still
out.
comes
Hear me out real
finals.
quick. Like basically, what I'm trying to say is the patch just came out yesterday, right? So there's a
Yeah.
full patch of practicing that Crusaders are gonna have to do, and then they're gonna have to show what they practiced in their round, and then nobody's gonna know what Penguins have been practicing, and then they're gonna be able to see what the Crusaders brought to a match where they're actually trying to win, and then they'll see what style they're playing, what champions they're picking, everything like that, and then nobody knows what Penguins have been playing for a whole patch, you know? So like I think that's an edge that people are not really thinking about, and I think that's something that's going to be significant. Like maybe you can maybe you
Most
think,
people leak scrims because I heard some teams have been leaking scrims. So
okay,
Yeah, if you leak streams, you're fucking bitches on the
Yeah,
rip.
that's
people
that's
hate
kind
league
of
scrims.
that's a dick move. That's a dick move for sure.
Like
No,
people in OL are linking scrims to other teams.
yes, and I can 100% confirm that.
That's
Yeah,
we don't.
Talk to a few
That's,
teams.
we don't scrim OL teams, so I guess that helps.
Yeah, but I mean, my team, like when we scrim, we don't even let the game finish. Everyone leaves, so there's no record of the game.
Ooh, that's
Oh.
a good idea.
So like that's how we used to do it back in the day. Like we would just
Yeah,
before they
that was old school.
before they hit customs, you would just leave games so the game didn't exist. And then you just
Like right before the Nexus died, or what?
yeah. Like when the team knew they were gonna win,
You just pause. You just pause
you
and
you
you
pause
just
and
leave.
leave, and then that's it. And then it doesn't exist.
It just disappears. Yeah.
It disappears. So then
Damn.
that way nobody like there's no scrim linking unless you're talking. Like there's no screenshots, there's nothing like that.
Unless you like did some weird scoreboard leak and shit. But
Yeah. I mean it happens.
but
I
aside,
think,
days of
AK versus
people,
Bubble Buddies though. AK versus Bubble
Uh,
Buddies.
I'm gonna recuse myself.
Okay.
I mean, I'm gonna say we're gonna win,
Mhm.
but obviously, like you guys can talk about it.
Okay. I want to hear what Zach has to say about AK and Bubble Buddies.
So I think it's fuck. Okay. So AK is a solid team. I think the one thing people don't discuss is their mental. And I'm going back to the mental thing again because I think that's the most important thing in best of fives. If a player is like super like tilted and annoyed and like thinks about every little thing and gets pissed about every little thing, then they're not going to play to the best of their ability. And I think if AK gets tilted, they're fucked. I think they could be in finals. I think they could beat Fallen Crusaders. I don't know if they beat Bubble Buddies. It depends how if Bubble Buddies can play together as a team enough before finals, or before semifinals. And then yeah, I'm gonna just say Bubble Buddies is the best team in the league if they have a 4 roster. But I mean, if they're playing against a strong Wyoming team, or whoever Fallen doesn't pick, I think there's a chance they could lose in the best of 5 if they don't have their entire team. So
Okay.
I would rate Bubble Buddies as the best team in the league with a 4 roster, but I also think on the other hand they could not be in semis because of not having a 4 roster in quarters. And I think 8K will make it to the finals if they don't tilt, but I do not think 8K wins season 3.
Damn.
So
And honestly, we're gonna have more to talk about. I don't want to kind of go too far before
Let's not talk about the finals. We're
Yeah.
already speculating on the semis.
Yeah, we went
Yeah.
too far. We went pretty far, but honestly, this is a great episode. You guys are great guests. So
Do we have one more topic?
I think no. The last topic
So-
was breaking down the
Oh.
playoff bracket.
I do want to. I want to say one thing real quick before we continue that,
Mm-hmm.
or before we're about to finish up. I do think that Solar is just super hard to rate because
Our top
They're
3
all
teams
have
under
the
fucking
exact same
4-4.
record. And yeah, so take those 6 free wins away from Soulbound.
6-4,
And-
6-4, 6-4.
yeah. They're 6-4, yeah, and like that's just so hard to
Wait.
fucking rate because they're all around the same.
But
record.
we would have 4 wins over Pebble Buddies and Ravens.
Yeah, no,
yeah, but
nutty.
still, like you're still both 6. So-
I'm just kidding.
Like they're
If you
beating
lose-
teams that you guys lost to.
Lose to if you have 4 wins against Bubble Buddies.
We
and
lost to Wyoming
everyone
twice.
else.
We lost to Wyoming twice. We lost to Asura once, and then we lost to El Leon Gaming in the first week, the first game. Our first game playing together ever. We discussed.
Oh man. K9's
you
wrath, dude. K9's wrath.
So wait, you guys would actually be 5
we-
and you guys would be 5-4 then.
Yeah, kind of. If we didn't lose that game, we would have been 13-4, I guess.
Yeah.
Or
so
13
you-
and 3.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah,
that-
13-3. Yeah. Can't do math.
Yeah. That's
That's
okay.
nutty.
Yeah, actually,
yeah.
there's a lot of like
Yo,
margins.
Penguins gets a buff versus the top teams. It seems.
Except Wyoming. We always lose to Wyoming.
So Wyoming, yeah.
Wyoming Kryptonite.
Wyoming. Penguins. By the law of transitivity,
Mhm.
Wyoming beats Penguins. Penguins beat us. And we beat Wyoming. So that means we're the best.
We're 2-4 against Wyoming, I think.
Okay.
No, 2-6. We're 2-6. Are we really 2-6?
Jeez, dude, no way.
No, 2-4. We're 2-4. We're 2-4.
See,
We
yeah,
lost
and
3 to
that's why I
them
think,
in
like,
finals
Solar's
and
tough to
once
judge.
in regular season 1.
That's why Solar's hard to judge, because like you guys are like shit record against the number 4 like Solar team coming in.
Yeah.
So like that's why I think it's just gonna be really hard to judge playoffs.
Okay.
Just because you guys had a shit bottom 3 of your shit bottom 3 of your team for your group. So
All right.
Ring-
No,
I'm
Ring-
I
Ring-
queued up the music.
But do you think
Before we
finishing
go-
question? Do you think? I guess you can't count Havoc's Forward Tank because like you guys were just kind of like trolling, right?
okay.
And so do you think G7 Dusk and Cuddle Bunch wouldn't have a similar record to Allion Gaming and Solar?
Nope.
That's, what about just gets top? Like I don't think they still don't beat the top 4 teams, right?
I think it's hard because the teams in Boom.
No, I'll put it right now. If Dusk was in our group, then they would not have taken games off us, Asura, or Ravens.
I think Dusk, Cuddle Bunch, and Air Force would have taken at least 1 game randomly off the top teams each, which would have spiced up the records. Like they weren't free wins for any team.
Okay.
They're definitely much better than Elion, Soulbound, and Hawkeye.
I mean, yeah,
So-
like the bottom of Lunar is like closer to the top of Solar.
Yeah, the
than-
bottom of Lunar would definitely have taken at least 1 game each off of like a top 5 team in Solar, just because like it's the best of 1, and they have very like good individually skilled players. So I don't think they would have ended in top 4, but I think they would have taken games off and like spiced
Yeah,
up the
like-
conference a
like-
lot more.
Makes sense.
Yeah, the
makes sense.
conference would have been better, but it's just, I think that it's the top 4 who matters. And like, if you put any of those mid-tier teams in Solar, I still think they don't make the playoffs.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. All right, guys. That was how insane was
That's
that?
like 2
How-
hours.
2.5
Yeah,
hours,
he
just
said,
like
yeah,
that.
He said like,
He
oh,
said
you
an
have
hour.
40. He said like 40 minutes, or like 20 more minutes, right? Then we talk for another hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah. Like honestly, like that
Yo, it's
kind of.
Zach's fault. He kept reminiscing on fucking.
Dude, I was
This is true.
He
Just-
keeps
wait,
talking
hold
about
on,
In
quick
Bloom.
shout out
He keeps
to
talking about In
Slim.
Bloom.
Hold on, quick shout out to Slim. I won season 2 in OL.
Okay, that's
I
Zach's
had to do
outro?
that.
Yo, save.
Razekin. Give me a 30-second outro.
Yo, Carson, fucking pick us for the semis if you're not bitch, bro. you two owed us. You two owed us. I'm talking the trash, right? I'm talking the trash right now.
Talk your
You
shit.
two owed us. Pick us in the fucking semis. We'll see what's up, okay?
All right, make semis.
Ooh.
Oh,
Woo!
nah, don't worry. I'm about to pop off. You're gonna
Oh,
see me
he's
like-
snapping. Yo.
You're gonna see me like that casting game last season, bro. I was like 12
I
and
didn't.
1.
I
Oh,
didn't watch
no.
that, so-
You, oh, I mean, I
He's
didn't watch your
flexing.
games either. You were in academy.
That's understandable.
He's flexing. Okay.
Season 2 champ. This is how it be. Nah, but on the real, fucking pick us. We'll see what's up. We're actually so pissed we lost to you guys twice. We want to play.
All
You
right.
took Bam at the first game when you
Re-
first picked Zach.
Re-
Yo,
Reincarson.
we were heated. Yo, me and Carson, we were heated. When we played you the second time, we were so heated.
Carson,
When
Carson,
we lost
give me
our
give me a
second time.
20-second outro. We got 20 seconds.
20 seconds. You guys all might hate Slim, but don't associate us as your hate to Slim to us, because we're actually pretty good and we're likable people. So
No, I like penguins.
yeah.
Dude,
Everyone
okay.
hates us
Okay.
because everyone.
Server.
Slim just talks a lot, and then everyone hates Slim, and then we just get all the hate.
Okay, that
But
was okay.
also, we love Slim, except he finds weird people to play on other teams, and they're like really toxic. But other than that,
Now we love
Alright.
penguins, but we want to be you.
All right, and this outro song is a shout out to Wildfire's next future team. So, Brink, if you want to take it away.
All
you're
right.
not on to flying dinos.
All right, I'm playing this shit loud. Everybody, have a good night. This is our longest episode of the season
Good night,
so far.
everyone.
Bye bye.
Gang, 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 gang.
See ya.
He rocks in the treetop all the day long, hopping and a bopping and a singing his song. All the little birds on Jaybird Street love to hear the robin go tweet, tweet, tweet. Rockin' Robin, tweet, tweet, rockin' Robin, tweet, tweet. Slow rockin' Robin, 'cause we really gonna rock 'em tonight. Every little swallow, every chickadee, every little bird in the tall oak tree. The wise or loud, the big black crow, flap of their wings, sing and go, bird, go, rockin' Robin, tweet, tweet, rockin' Robin, tweet, tweet. Slow rockin' Robin, 'cause we really gonna rock tonight. A pretty little raven at the birdman stand, talked him out to the pump and it was grand. They started going steady and bless my soul. He out popped the buzzard and the Oreo. He rocks in the treetop all the day long, hopping and a popping and a singing his song. All the little birds on Jaybird Street love to hear the robin go tweet, tweet, tweet. Rockin' Robin, tweet, tweet, rockin' Robin, tweet, tweet. Slow rockin' Robin, 'cause we really gonna rock tonight. Well, the pretty little raven at the birdman stand taught him how to do the pop and it was grand. They started going steady and bless my soul. He out popped the buzzard and the Oreo. He rocks in the treetop all the day long, hopping and a bopping and a singing his song.